Oh shit, I smell that.
Late night glow from the studio light, silk voice drifting through the midnight. When she walks in, every head turns slow. Beauty in the room, but the mind steals the show. Conspiracies whisper through the mic tone. Psychology breaking down the unknown. Politics, love, and mythology. Every page turning curiosity. Open up the book of R.L.M. Every secret gotta look again. Late night minds when the truth begins. Turn the page in the book of R.L.M. Yeah, they watch but they listen too. Every chapter got a different view. From the heart to the mind within. Turn the page in the book of R.L.M. Classy aura but the tension's deep. Questions that keep the whole world from sleep. Religion, love, what the truth might be. Every story got a mystery. Eyes on her but the mind pulls in. Every word like a velvet wind. When the night gets quiet again, they come back to the page within. Open up the book of R.L.M. Every secret gotta look again. Till the truth begins. Turn the page in the book of R.L.M. Yeah, they watch but they listen too. Every chapter got a different view. From the heart to the mind within. Turn the page in the book of R.L.M. Turn the page in the book of R.L.M. When the city sleeps and the lights grow dim, truth still lives in the book of R.L.M. Every mind that's searching within, find a page in the book of R.L.M.
Oh, greetings, and happy Tuesday, y'all. I hope you're having a beautiful, beautiful day, beautiful start to your day. It's 2 p.m. here over on the East Coast, and we are kicking off a new part of the show series called True Crime Tuesdays. I hope you guys like what I'm trying to attempt to do with the show now. Thanks to my co-host Toots, we're going to be doing some blocked out days where we're going to have themes, so at least you guys have a more of a consistent schedule, and you can tune in whenever there's something that spikes your interest. So just make sure to like, share, and subscribe. God bless. As you come into the room, let me know you're here. Show me some love in the chat. Before we get started, let me know how your day's going. Today's hot as balls in Florida. We look at the temperature and it just says hot as motherfucking balls. That's what it says. Uh, brutal weather, and I hope everyone's staying cool. Everyone's staying hydrated. Let me know how your day's going. This is I'm trying out different time slots during the week, and don't hold me to it, but it feels or it looks like I'm going to be doing Tuesdays, Fridays, and Sundays. Now, of course, I'll layer in shows when I really want to like jump in and get on something current events wise, or if someone says something in Discord that they want me to share. So that's not like 100% solid or golden. As far as time goes, I'm still playing around with time slots because I just personally can't be kept on a time on a schedule. It's horrible. People have tried and failed. That's why I've always had to be in management, because I've always been able to make my own schedule. But yeah, playing around with different times to see where, the algorithm picks up. What's up, Bobby? Welcome, my love. Que voila. Welcome. Thank you for being here. God bless. But yeah, just going to be playing around with times to see what works. As you guys know, I went from being late night to early morning. This is a new time try for me. So yeah, let me know too. Let me know what you think as far as when would be best to go. So we're going to be kicking off a new series today called True Crime Tuesdays. Basically, I think it's something that us women definitely love to watch. I know I've gone into plenty of rabbit holes when it comes to crime. And today, if you've noticed, the title is "What's Going On in Ohio." So when Titty and I were going through, like, possible shows to watch, I was like, or to comment on. What's up, PD Mug? What's up? Oi, welcome. Thank you for being here. It was like, I want to touch on crime, right? But it's a fine line, because I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer, and so many subjects and topics out there are really just sad and depressing. And I want to be able to have an actual open dialogue about the psychology more so. So we all know that crime exists. We know that people out there doing some crazy ass shit. We know it gets really, really dark and just uh, devastating in the paint, right? But it's more so, I want to go a little bit deeper as to what actually is in the psychology, and what triggers men and women. And I put a question in my community wall not too long ago. I did a poll, like, which ones are more villainous, right? When it comes to crime, who's capable of doing worse? And according to my post, the poll pause, everyone kind of felt that men were more capable. But I don't know. I tend to disagree. And I actually do want to open that up to whoever comes up. As you guys know, it's always an open panel. The link is pinned. If you want to come up, you're more than welcome to. You see, Craig? See, Craig, this is what I was talking about backstage, brother. You understand? You understand what I'm saying now? When people go to your channel, it's all these rules, but yet you come here and you act a fool. Gotta love Craig. I mean, he's a little DDD, but we gotta love him still, right? He's like a baby DDD brother. He's been dropped on the head a couple of times. But anyway, I digress. So I think that women, because they're capable of deleting their own babies, their own children. When it comes to the abuse, essaying and just overall abuse, women have a higher percentage when it comes to children and old people. And I think it takes a certain kind of like dark psychology to be able to do that, right? I know men go at each other. Men are capable of doing some atrocious things. I'm not taking the burden away from men, but I think we need to dig deeper into the psychology of women, and how we've always been pedestalized to be these just nurturers and kind souls and princesses that can do no wrong and are here to build humanity, but yet we are capable of such dark, manipulative, horrendous things. And so I like to touch on that, because there's something to be said. One of the things I've learned spending time in these YouTube streets and spending time with the majority of men. Guys, just to give you a little bit of context, my whole life I've been around women and gay men because of where I've worked. I'm an artist. So I went from FIT, which is a fashion school, straight into retail, selling clothing, handbags, accessories, which were obviously, if the men were there, they were gay, and then going into makeup. So this is the first time I've really, and even in corporate retail, it's always women and gay men, right? Because I've worked in cosmetics and skincare. So this is the first time I've actually spent a lot of time with like regular, degular, straight up and down men. And one thing that really fascinated me, well, not fascinated me, terrified me, is all the stories of men coming forward and being so nonchalant about how they've lost their virginity and who they lost it to, and a lot of them openly, willingly say that, oh, I was a kid, I was 8, I was 9, she was 15, she was my babysitter, she was my mom's friend. It's like, what? And I mean, and that has kind of like thrown me, because there's nothing okay with that at all. That has told me and shown me that there's more women predators out there than I ever fucking knew. Because I don't know women like this, and obviously they're not going around bragging about shit like this. But the more and more I speak to dudes, the more and more, hey, yeah, I was 9. Like she was my babysitter. It was cool. I lost my virginity to an older chick. No, that's wrong, bro. You were you were put in her hands for protection, and she took advantage of you. And so, yeah, when I say all this to say, and I bring it all the way back to crime and psychology and women. And so, yeah, today's episode is not necessarily going to be about that. It's not going to be that dark. I did a little clickbait because if you guys are just crawled out from under a rock, which a lot of us are, a lot of you are cave dwellers. I get it. Welcome to the world. But if you just crawled out of a rock, you wouldn't have heard about the story about the 16 kids that were just found in a home in Ohio. And so that's kind of the story who that it inspired me and led me to do this true crimes. But then I was like, it's Tuesday morning. I mean, it's a beautiful day. You know, kids are off from school. People are on vacation. It's July. My birthday's coming up on the 24th. Do I really want to get dark and gloomy today? I'm in a fucked up mood. So I could, if I'm going to be honest with you. But I was like, nah, I want to be a little bit more light and airy. But I do want to open up a discussion. What's up, Irby? Welcome, my love. Because Tootie and I were reviewing it in the backstage, and she and I had two very different opinions on the situation that we saw, and I found that to be interesting. That it opened up dialogue between her and I. Her being a mother, she saw one thing with the video we're going to react to now, and me not being a mother, but just being like kind of more into, not more in tune, but in tune to psychology in general, saw something completely different. So I thought this would be a cool conversation. So before we go any further, what's up, Panelverse? Welcome. Smoke weed. Unfortunately, I can't smoke weed, bro. I'm heavily medicated. I'm heavily medicated, though. Heavily medicated. Heavily medicated. And oh, you study psychology. Cool. I wanted to be a forensic psychologist, Panelverse. My mom and brother's birthdays on the 24th. Oh, nice. Welcome, Big Mike. Cool. So you're in good company. What's up, Lawrence? Welcome, welcome. Yeah, I'm one of those sick, twisted people that wanted to study serial killers. I was like so obsessed. Not obsessed, right? And before I bring Tootie up and Craig up, when I was younger, I wanted to do forensic psychology. I had a friend who went to Duke who did it, who's like actually doing major court cases, and I was just fascinated by it. But then she's like, do you really understand that you have to literally take a walk in this person's mind to understand them in order to be able to testify for or against? She goes, are you ready to do that? Because you have to be able to compartmentalize. And at the time I was like, yeah, because it was more a question of God, right? Because like, if we believe that the big man in the sky doesn't make any mistakes, but yet we can at the same time say that these people that do these horrendous things were born this way, well, then what the fuck? Right? And so my whole thing was finding that God gene that went wrong, that God gene that was a punishment, or was there trauma so early on, even while this person was in the womb, that made him this way? Because I was finding there was a certain point in my life when I went through certain things, like, you know, having a child die on me after birth, you know, where you question God and you say, why? Right? Like, if there was an actual God, why would they allow, like, for kids to get hurt, for serial killers to move around this earth? And so I was in that point, and then I said, you know what? I'm not mentally strong enough at this point in my life to continue with psychology, especially forensic psychology. So yeah, it's interesting, Panelverse, that you were there. It all takes is one bad moment. Yeah, you're one of people obsessed with serial deleters. Yeah. What's up, Sass? He said yes, but I said God. But I'm gonna go ahead and bring Tootie up. What's up, Toots?
What's up? What's up?
Tootie booty.
I actually took psychology in high school.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, now it feels like it's like every other girl on whatever. It's like, I'm studying psychology. You know what I'm saying? So it's gotten so
It became cool.
Cool, but it got so washed, right? Like I think it was a pseudoscience that was a lot more considered like elite and private. Like not everyone had access to the notes and you know, back in the day.
Yes, when they start putting all these weird labels and all these different types of person. I was like, come on now. Come on.
When things were still a mystery. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so I think for me, it was, of course, it's the dark triad traits that women are inherently attracted to. We all know that. I've gone over this. I started my channel talking about the dark triad was Machiavellianism, narcissism, and psychopathy. We're attracted to this because if a man shows that he's dangerous, then that means he can protect us. We get it. Like, we've gotten over the basics of it. But for me, so it was more the whole questioning, I think, at that time in my life, God, and how possibly could this man, this holy, great entity that is supposed to protect us as good, loving souls, allow such dark and horrific things to happen in this world. And so, yeah, I think it's interesting when you go down to its most basic logical conclusion as to why people choose to do what they do. Yeah, some women, they're playing out fantasy for sure. For me, it was more so an existential crisis, I guess you could say. But welcome, guys. As you come in, let me know you're here. God's favorite aunt, what's up? Welcome, God's favorite aunt. You're new to my chat. Thank you for being here. So the video that we're actually going to be reacting to, it's a little bit more light. It's a little bit lighter. It's still daunting, right? And it also took place in Ohio. So like I said, going back to what I was saying earlier, because of the 16 children, the story that's been all over the news now, this horrific story about 16 kids found in a home that were, neglected and abused and everything. This search led us in the algo to another story. And this one is about 13 kids that were also found in Ohio. Hence the question, what the hell is going on in Ohio? Right? Like, what's up in the water in Ohio? Because it seemed like a lot of craziness points to Ohio. Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah, this one was 10 months ago.
Dahmer is also from Ohio, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, there's just a lot that happens in Ohio, and it's interesting to me. The owner of Limited.
There is a song called Ohio.
Yeah, I mean the owner of the Limited company, the really dark Masonic. He's based in Ohio. He's from Ohio. So there's just something that happens that goes on with the energy and whatever in Ohio. I mean, obviously there's shit going on.
Been there? It's a dark place.
Nor do I desire to go. It's like a flyover state for me. But yes. But obviously there's shit going on everywhere. But it feels like there's a lot when it comes to online and all this stuff that just goes to Ohio. So I'm gonna go ahead and psychology can lead to self-delusional activity. Well, and that's the problem, yeah. When you Sass, thank you for your comments, y'all. Like when you start I think what's happening to us right now as a society, as humanity, is we're operating way too much from the brain, and we're not operating enough from the heart and from the gut and from like our soul. And I think that's another reason why we're so not in a good place right now, because I don't think we were ever fully meant to operate strictly from our brains. I think that's why this online world can get so dark and just fucked up, because everyone here, we've eliminated body language because you can't see the whole person's body, right? We've eliminated like energetic frequencies, right? Because we're going through this like box, and we've eliminated pheromones, natural scent. So now all we're operating from is the dome here. And so and you're dealing with a lot of people online who are extremely manipulative, extremely dark. And all of our other power senses have been stripped away from us because we're just dealing with the brain here online and the little box that we see. So I think it's interesting times. We're not meant to operate just from the brain, y'all. We're supposed to be operating from the soul, from the heart too. But with that said, I'm going to bring up Craigie because he's in the back. You guys, like I said, open panel. You're more than welcome to welcome. We're actually going to watch. You're more than welcome to join.
I am God. Bow down to me.
God. As we comment on this, it's a short video. So it's like I said, 13 kids found in a home of squalor in Ohio. It's body cam footage. All right, let me share this. Biatch. La 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 la. Here we go. Here. Make this bigger. Pause. I like to make things grow. Shout out to God Toots. Can we share the link? Can we put the link to this in chat?
Yes.
Shout out to the video. Fair use. I'm gonna go ahead and start playing it. So body cam. Police discovered deplorable conditions inside Ohio.
You might want to change the thing at the bottom, Hunt.
Yeah, got it. Thank you. Thank you for reminding me. Fair use.
Damn it.
And Speak Radio, what's up? Welcome, welcome. Did you hear that Jeffrey Dahmer possibly killed the host of America's Most Wanted son? He was in Florida at the time. No, but that sounds juicy. Speak, you always come with the fire. That's insane. You know, when I watched, I don't know for you guys who squirrel, I'm like so easily distracted. I don't know for you guys who watched the series. I think it was on Netflix. I mean, it was probably a little bit propagandized. There was probably an agenda to it, but it did lead me closer to an answer as to why he was the way he was, right? Because his mom was on heavy medication and drugs while she was pregnant with him. So that definitely had to do with, because I mean, he was demonic from a child. And I mean, like that little motherfucker was like just came out like saying Satan, right?
Did he have 666 tattooed on the back of his neck?
I mean,
quite possibly, yeah.
So if you can believe, you know, like if the story is true, your daddy was a CIA op. He was using his wife as like a test to basically to maybe create this Manson-esque character. If you believe in all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I mean, because as fucked up as it sounds, it did make me feel a little bit more comfortable with God. I'm like, all right, God, you didn't make this mistake. You know, I talk to God quite often. I'm just waiting for him to answer. All right, guys. So we're gonna go back to the video now. Squirrel, squirrel, squirrel.
He's like, I'll take the blame for the balls, but not for that shit.
Bro, I swear, I'm just like, yo, my nigga, how could you be letting this shit happen, yo? Like, this man is eating people's, like, and not only is he eating people's, but he's talking my people, my minorities and shit. What up with that?
He likes dark meat, I guess.
Ooh, good Lord.
You mean black meat?
Man.
I mean, he was talking in all kinds of dark meat. I mean, I get it. The darker the
He
better.
didn't get the big piece of chicken when he was growing up.
That's right. He didn't get his big piece of chicken. Amen to Chris Rock. Shut the fuck up and get me my big piece of chicken, bitch. Get back in the kitchen and get me my big piece of chicken. I'm in the door. I'm closing the door. I'm on the phone. I'm parking the car. I'm giving you my keys. Now shut the That's the best. Yo. Shout out to Chris Rock. Anyway, squirrel, squirrel, squirrel. Back to the video we go. All right, guys, here we go. Fair use, fair use. So, since I went on a whole diatribe, again, body cam, house call, 13 joints, 13 kids in the house, cops show up to deplorable conditions. I do want a back and forth dialogue. So, guys, if you want me to pause, just go ahead and say, pause. Police are here. Hi. Good, how are you? You guys have a cat that's hurt? Yeah. A kitten inside that's paralyzed? So I guess the call was about cats. It was an animal call, but she walked up. I don't know if you guys noticed, there's like bugs and flies, and I don't know if you heard her. I had it low for myself. I don't know if it was low for you.
Yeah, it's kind of low over here.
Okay. So I made it louder. She said, "Oh, well, what's that smell?" So the house itself like reeks. They got thrown down the stairs.
She should have closed her legs in.
Craig, we're not trolling this. This is serious back and forth. So if you're gonna be, master troll, keep it to yourself. Put it in the chat, please. I love you. Shout out to the muzzies, okay?
Oh, fuck off.
You guys have kittens inside?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. They're all fine?
At the moment, yes. I have checked them out.
Okay, well, let's check them out.
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any dogs inside?
No, we have one.
Is it put up?
Yeah, she should be in the backyard.
Okay.
Ella got me wet.
Okay, can you not do that at the moment? Yeah, it's Piglet in the backyard.
I mean, right away, what I noticed is he's curious as to why the cops are there, but he's not like defensive.
Yeah, like he's trying to necessarily
trying to hide something.
Yeah.
So
Well, he's not opening the door wider, is he?
No,
who does? Nobody does that now. Nobody opens their doors for cops nowadays.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like
I do. I just tell them to fuck off and then shut the door in their face.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he could like, that's another thing, that if he's not, normally if someone, I say, like, anecdotally, that if someone's up to something right away, I'm like, where's your warrant? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not letting you up in this motherfucker, like, even if I'm not up to something. But I would think so. He's pretty like ignorant to, like, he's not doing anything wrong. I'm
I mean,
laying
that's
this
how
out.
I answer the door for anybody. I'm not letting them see inside my fucking house.
No, you come in with a freaking shotgun. You like, what y'all want, motherfuckers?
What y'all go get?
I'm just setting up like I guess Easter eggs for what I see in all of this. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit play again.
She's not nowhere near.
Why are those so many cars? Someone popped in the back. I'm not looking at the screen right now. So okay.
It's Squatch.
What
There
up,
you go.
Squatchy? Oh.
We always did it at the same time.
I know. Jinx, you owe me a beer. What up, Squash? Welcome.
One of you is supposed to be a producer and the other is supposed to be the talent. Which one is which?
Me.
Well, Tootie doesn't like to have to be producing all the time. She doesn't like. She's a co-host because she doesn't necessarily love to be producing all the time.
It matters because
R.L.M's the same one, and Tootie's the crazy one.
When things like who pushes the button comes up,
No, you're
those
right.
things should already have been hammered out. Like me and Captain Curmudgeon, we've got it worked out so well that we don't even really talk before the show. I sit around and watch movies backstage for an hour before he shows up, and he comes in, we fucking launch the show, and we do the whole thing, and then we're like, "That was good. Okay, later. See you next week." Oh, is it that bad, bud? Is it that bad? Yeah, he's wearing a little jumper. Says it just did 9 months on the inside.
That's the fresh baby.
This is the freshest, newest little squatchling.
God bless. A bunch of hearts in the chat for Sassy. He's a good old grandpa for probably the 30th time because he is country folk. So everyone show some love.
He is like a million years old.
The new baby.
Papa
God
Squatch
bless.
there. What we call me.
Welcome, Unique. Welcome, Brian. No, you're right, and that's why we have you, Squatch, so you can help us. You can lead the way, sir.
I'm just jerking your chain. A lot of people don't think about it. They're just like, "Hey, let's do a show," and they end up like poking all the buttons at the wrong times with each other.
Well, don't tease me with a good time.
Well, I used to get yelled at so bad by people whenever I would let people up. So it's just my habit. I'm not the one to judge to let people up on another person's stuff.
Nobody is right.
No,
these are details that like
I almost never let anyone up on when I'm running somebody else's gear unless it was discussed ahead of time. So if we're like with AJOT, right? Technically it's on my StreamYard. So even though it's her show, I got all the gizmos. Right.
Yeah.
And so every time anything like that happens, they pop up. The only way they could pop up is if she sent them the link. So.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yes, Daddy.
Can you check upstairs, please? She's in the backyard? Yeah. She's in the backyard.
All right. We're good to come in?
Yes, ma'am. Sorry about the house being a little dirty at the moment. I just got home not so long ago.
What we found interesting too was that this was only 10 months earlier than this was only last year, right? Around the same time. So that's why I said what's going on in Ohio. Because this is just like, okay, a house with a bunch of kids that's questionable. Yeah, but much more lighthearted than the recent story, FYI. So that's
Yeah, we'll have the same hair.
The cats are upstairs. Oh. Hey, come on. My bad. You don't fight.
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Luke. Luke? She doesn't fight. I like your hairs.
Stop using my surname.
So at this point, what I notice, and you guys like can go along with me, can disagree with me, whatever. But what I kind of like in my head, I'm saying, okay, these kids are very social. They're happy. They're not like, timid or withdrawn. They're very approachable. So at least there's that, right? I don't know. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong. So there might be some deplorable state of the house, but doesn't seem to me so far that the kids are being hurt.
My first thing would be get the kids out of there first, and then figure out what's going on afterwards.
Interesting.
See, my take on it was I saw how the kids were rushing what looked like to me to seek an adult's attention. Rather than just being around a bunch of little kids, they were looking for adult attention. And if you notice how that father how he was acting with the kids and not wanting to pay them no mind and just worrying about his own shit, not even bothering him with his kids at all through this whole thing, letting them hug on other adults and letting them do this stuff. That's the things that I look at as the mom. So, yeah.
Sass,
my kids would never have done some shit like that. Never. Because they're loved.
Welcome, Junior. Welcome, Kane.
I do believe it was the Bible what said, you spare that rod.
Okay.
Pardon?
Spare the rod, spoil the child, my brother. Come on.
I heard that every fucking day growing up.
Oh, yeah, no, right. I was just asking him to repeat what he said because I didn't catch what he said.
And that's interesting. Because
it was a reference to Foghorn Leghorn and maybe a little bit of what's his name, Doc Holliday.
Sasshorn.
I'll be never
there. You're welcome, Keynes. Welcome here. This is welcome. You're welcome. Thank you so
much. Dude, I'm from
Britain,
here. So it's
I think that
I can't control what you do when I'm not around, brother.
What's up?
They
Casey?
make boats
welcome, my love.
every day.
Long time no see. So what really right away spiked my interest and made me want to talk about this even more was Tootie's a mom, right? And Tootie's reaction was the complete opposite of mine. And I don't have children. So I'm observing it from, now that I think about me being a kid, like when people came over, we weren't like all hugging them and running up to them and saying, hi. We were sitting down quiet, speak when spoken to. Whereas I automatically am just thinking cops, deplorable title. I'm thinking, what is the disposition of these children? Are they talking? Are they happy? Are they approachable? What's up, Cynthia? Welcome, my love. And so it's two different perspectives, which it immediately intrigued me to talk about this. So.
Because don't forget, neglect is also abuse. And when a child is neglected their parents' attention, that's what the first thing they're going to do when they see other adults. They want that parental type of attention, but besides just being ignored. And how much you want to bet this is probably a parent that's on the fucking internet all goddamn day, just having all these kids just do whatever the fuck they do over here while they're doing all their shit.
Interesting. I love it. Okay, go on.
Mama, I always eat. That's still coming. Because the dog is not in. Dog is still coming. Always be a big. It's not okay to say that.
Okay, is the dog
outside? Yeah, it's outside.
Dog's outside?
Yeah. In the backyard.
All right, are these all your kids?
No, ma'am. I have 5. Yeah, the other kids are my sister-in-laws.
Okay, where are the cats at?
Upstairs.
Upstairs.
All right, let's go check on them.
And the baby cat is mine. And yeah.
See that? I mean, it just said to me that these are just kids who don't necessarily have discipline. I don't get neglect from them. Just because they're kind of happy, from what I see. They
do you not see how nasty they are? That's neglect.
Okay, no, okay,
that's not
okay.
be intended to.
No. Okay, so do you okay, when I say neglect, obviously this whole situation is deplorable and it's neglect. What
Yeah.
I'm zooming in on and pointing in on the fact that these kids, they're this is what they're used to. So for them, this is just a normal day, right? Like a kid doesn't know the situation he's in until he's like stepped outside to the world and seen that wait, what the way I'm living is not right. Neglect is, and I mean more so of the fact that, like, actual like abuse, like not fed, not maybe hurt. There's actual joy coming out of their reactions. Now, I'm not like, please don't make a statement like that and say that I'm thinking that this is not neglect. Overall, yeah, I'm going just a little deeper into like the psychology of it.
Yeah, I mean, I know what you're saying with that. Yeah, but
But
it's
no,
just,
but I get what you're saying. Yeah, no, it's obviously disgusting. The house smells. These kids don't have clothes on. There's bugs coming out of the house. They're probably filthy, right? But that's all they know. So then I beg the question, the parents it's probably a long line of what they know, right? Because he doesn't look like he's embarrassed either,
well, he even said that only 5 of them are his.
right? But what I'm saying is that he's not ashamed or embarrassed to let the cops in. So is this
Yeah, I
like
mean,
a
it's just
line
like
of like, this is what we know? This is like, so this is cool for us.
Could the kids be acting?
that many acting the same way, like kind of like
No.
that.
They
Nah.
could be
Kids aren't
taught. They could be taught to cover shit up.
That's an interesting take, but this
But
feels very
usually,
natural.
whenever kids are taught to cover shit up, that's a lot of times you'll see them back away.
Right.
They'll go away.
Withdraw.
These kids are just happy to have some attention, from what it looked like to me.
Okay. Me and Toots are at opposite ends of this. I love it. I mean, they're excited to show their cats. They're like, come look at the cats! Yay!
Sorry about the mess.
Actually, come outside.
She smelled something.
Where are they?
Oh, they smelt it from outside. I think that's what it
Mm-hmm.
was called. There was a report of a cat abuse or a smell.
Yeah,
I'm not
something
quite
had
sure.
happened
Yeah.
to a kitten.
Yeah.
I forget exactly what it was, and that's why they were coming to check. But as they were approaching the house about the complaint, she was like, "Dude, this shit smells from out here."
Right.
So yeah,
Over here.
The house looks like it's a state,
Oh, you can baby cat.
but most American homes are like that. Low income ones.
Okay, I need you outside.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So obviously what she saw was not normal.
yeah.
But again,
curious
the
as to
one
what it was.
adult that they're dealing with was like totally cool. Like, yeah, come on up. Like,
Well, he
so-
spent the time on the phone, didn't he? Most of, from what we were seeing earlier. I mean,
yeah, he was on the phone. Yeah. And Tota, I don't have the double screen on, so if you see anything new happening in the chat, just let me know. Pull up any. I'm giving you the permission to pull up any, anything you want read or whatever, because I'm on the other
Okey-dokey.
screen. Thank you,
see,
Squash.
look. See, Cynthia was saying the same thing I was saying. They're just happy to
Okay.
have somebody else.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. All right, cool. I didn't mean to do that, Toots, by the way. I clicked it by accident. Oh.
Oh, I need your opinion. I need you to go inside and just look around and tell me what you're thinking about this entire setup in here.
It seems like.
But I need you to go upstairs.
Oh boy. Okay. Is Bailey's on there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hi, my name is.
Yeah, I don't know why.
I think that's 13.
So homegirl here can't even go in. Like, she can't even go in. She's like, I'm good.
411.
She's having those bleh moments.
Yep. That's
They're all with us.
As long as it's not the
So that's that right there. I'm gonna go back. This little moment here when the kid hugs the cop is what really triggered the conversation between Toots and I.
Yep.
Because again, I saw it as a kid being overly friendly, a kid not having discipline, a kid just being lovable and wanting to say hi and hug every adult they see, where Toots was like, that kid is starving for adult attention.
Mhm. And then you see how all of them were doing the same thing. They were all just flocking to these cops just for somebody to talk to, somebody else, you know? My opinions. It's all opinions, y'all.
Kane says, I mean, the kid's young. That's the time when dad needs to say, don't do that. Okay. Yeah. So lack of discipline. So Kane, you agree with me. Yeah. Okay. Guys have any comments before I go back? Now or forever hold your peace.
I'll hold both pieces.
Okay. They're heavy. I'm just gonna tell you about 8 pounds a piece. Okay.
2 piece and a biscuit.
He likes all the meat colors.
Meow.
What's your last name?
Oliveri.
Spell it.
OLIVIERI.
First name.
Angel.
Gotta be Latino.
Yep.
I'm gonna hand this over to Cynthia's people. I'm gonna say Mexican. I'm just gonna say that. Shout out to Cynthia.
Her light-skinnedness.
I'm gonna hand it over to this is y'all people, Cynthia.
Is that a brown person's skin or is that a white person's skin?
Oliveri, Angel. Oliveri.
Yeah.
Olivari. Herbie's laughing. Yeah.
March 16th, 1997.
March 16th, 97.
1997. Yes, ma'am.
They made
You live
my
here?
daughter.
Yes, ma'am.
What's your phone number?
I graduated high school in 1997. God dang.
What's your social?
Oh, what? Get inside, please. All right.
All 5 of your children live here?
Yes, ma'am.
I need their names.
So my oldest is
I guess it's gonna take a minute to go through all them damn kids.
I'll be right back. I need to check on
Okay.
Vicky.
Okay.
Right, you gotta go inside. All right. No, keep your sticker. Keep your sticker.
Go inside.
Keep your sticker.
Go inside.
Keep your sticker. Go
Can I
inside.
get a sticker?
I don't have any. I need you to go inside. Okay.
Ma'am, you already had it.
No,
Can you get off the phone, please?
Huh?
Can you get off the phone, please?
I'm on phone. What?
Okay, that's fine. Can you? Okay. I don't know of what. I need information.
Yeah, so he's at home. The wife is I guess working. So much for men doing a better job raising kids. But I'm bummed.
What about that? I got this one under control. Or maybe you got me under control.
Oh, it's a joke.
Are y'all squatching out right now?
Kane, you're new here, but I'm Latina, so that's why I can make a joke like that. I'm just saying.
Well, what's up, buddy? Long time no see, brother. I got to get by one of your live streams. I've just been so freaking busy the past 3 weeks. I hadn't had time to do nothing.
Oh, Kane's one of yours?
Yeah, we know each other.
Nice.
I wouldn't say I'm his or he's mine, but he used to run a different channel.
But they could still have a fine time.
C Junior and I said the opposite.
He's good people.
It seems to me that mom from this situation here, maybe mom is not at work, maybe she's out doing something, but he's the one with the kids and he's calling the wife to get help. So much for men raising kids.
Yeah, she's out probably getting the bread, and he's supposed to be at home cooking it and raising the kids.
Hold on. If these people are Indian, she might be in the kitchen cooking, and that could be the smell.
He's calling his wife right now. Why would he be calling her in the kitchen? And that just went over my head, by the way. The smell.
Yeah, I'll aim the next one just a little bit lower.
I hate
I was
you.
like, there was a
Sass.
joke. There was a
I hate you. Oh, that went right
But
over
what
my
I like,
head.
what I like
He
was
had
the
a
way
long
it slowly trickled in.
It did. It did. You
Because
you
even
almost
Tootie was
saw
like,
it. You almost felt it trickle in, right? I hate you.
it was
I
like,
think
wait,
I was
is that a
laughing
joke? Did
for
he need that?
her delay.
Let's see. FBI stats. It says here, FBI stats say that women are the number one abuser of. And I said that earlier. I did say
Yeah,
that earlier.
that's-
I said when it comes to
nobody's arguing
femicide, I
that.
think old people and children, it's women. But and so I have. You're new to this channel, Junior, and if you go in my earlier episodes, I've gone into the dark psychology of women because I feel that men are the benevolent part of our species.
R.L.M likes the dark side of things.
Yeah, I believe that men are way more empathetic than we are as women because you do things out of duty, not out of like reciprocal. Like
I'm not
a
sure it's
reciprocal
even
need.
duty. Sometimes things just need to be done, and
But that's
you do
duty.
it.
That's the definition of duty, sir. Like a woman, there's always like a motive for women, right? I mean, our motive is survival, right? Whereas in
Children need both
like,
parents.
and my right, but like go with me with the psychology here. It's a conversation. So I agree with that. But then if you have to look at things objectively and be able to argue things from both sides, are women the ones who do more damage to children and old people because they're the ones that actually take those jobs more? Is it just more of a numbers game? Right? Because men don't work with children and old people as much. What's up, Ryan? Welcome, my love. Everyone
I
gives a
mean,
shout
the
out to Ryan.
population of women is higher than men. The ratio.
But what I'm saying is it like
So,
we're
of
not
course they're
we're not
taking-
doing a per capita type situation, right? The reason why women hurt children and old people more is because they're the ones that actually work with children and old people more.
Do you remember the case of that black woman? So I think she went on to Steve Wilko's show, and she hated her son just because of the way he exactly looked like his father. And she turned around and used to smash him around and all that sort of shit. Used to lock him in a cupboard and then tell him to go and live outside in a fucking garbage bin.
Right. And so, I mean,
do you remember that one?
I'm not taking away from the fact that women, like, our psychology is fucked. I mean, right? I mean, we learn manipulation early on because we don't have the force doctrine. Shout out to Andrew Wilson. We can't force you, so we manipulate you. That's why we're the Red Sparrows. That's why we're the ones sent in to spy on the men and get them to break down because we know how to manipulate. I understand all that. And so I think women have a way darker psychology than men do. 100%.
Women are just darker than men entirely.
What's up, Fox?
Women are completely an alien species towards men.
I think it's way more than emotion, Speak. I think it goes way deeper than emotion. It's how we protect ourselves due to our need to survive. And manipulation is that one key. We learn to manipulate as little girls. That's how we protect ourselves.
Well, okay.
Manipulation is one of the most dangerous tools that you can harness. Oh,
money.
Shout out to Ryan Bardwell, my number one nigga. Shout out to Ryan with the $50 dono. Everyone put some love in the chat for Ryan. If you guys don't know, you better ask somebody. Ryan Bardwell is the G in these streets. Thank you for blessing us, Ryan. God bless you. We're gonna give you a little salacious
oh hell no.
imagery. So let's do nothing but
This G-Wagon is looking so hot and clean now, just like me.
I hear there's a G-Wagon in that picture, but
I just had to turn away from both of those.
I mean, she was like moving her hand on something, but I just saw a bunch of ass.
Isn't that
Wait,
good?
she
though?
had hands? What are you
Yeah, but R.L.M loves all that sort of shit.
Oh, I love that shit. I love nothing better than a fake looking bitch, bro. I don't want natural. Like, give me the biggest,
Sweet
fakest
dreams
booty
are
and titties ever, so I can just
You can stay the fuck away from my wife, then, R.L.M.
motorboat that shit. Squirrel. Fox has the
Put a pat
darkest
of butter on it
ass.
and join it like a motorboat.
My
Love
wife's
it.
completely natural.
Meow. The darkest aspect of female psychology is the way they placate shitty men and accept misogynistic ideals. Okay, tell me how you really feel. Yes, yes, placate, but are they placating to manipulate? Therein lies the question, Mel.
That's all you
Well,
women do.
well,
That's
you
what you're
saw
best at, manipulate men.
where's where was it at?
My wife does it
About
all the time.
where'd it go? Where the hell did it go? Okay, right here. Yeah, the one that Speak said about um women being the serial unalivers of children. It goes back to the pyramid, or I guess the line. Men are the ones that do it to women, so women go down to what's lower to them, and that's the children. And what do children always attack when they're little psychos? The pets.
Animals.
So you just do what's you're beaten down, so to speak. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a
Interesting.
psychology thing, really.
Yeah.
A lot of serial killers go for the animals and kill the animals first before they actually turn their eyes set to humans.
That's one of the biggest.
A lot of
signs.
women that turn out to be like that have been abused by a man usually in their life.
Oh yeah.
So
my wife was.
It's a domino effect.
My wife was, but she's never been like that with children.
No, I did the exact opposite of how I was raised.
I don't know if I can someone help me out and look that up? Look, is there any statistics that proves that women who abuse children were in fact? I know it's self-reporting, so it's hard.
Look at the 1920s when women used to be abused and all types of shit, and they didn't even have fucking civil rights or anything back in the 1920s until the late 50s, 60s when they burned all their bra straps and shit like that. Seriously.
Yeah, I mean, but before that, women were poisoning, right? That was the art of poison, is how they got their way. So
yeah, but it was usually probably some stupid.
So you're tracking everything that a woman does that's nefarious and dark back to the abuse of a man.
No, I didn't say everything.
Okay, but that's kind of how it came across when you said the pyramid.
Okay, it's one.
Hold on, hold on, Craig. I'm going back and forth with Toots. Give me a second. Thank you.
I was going to ask her a question.
Toots?
Yeah, I didn't hear what you said.
No, I'm saying you said not everybody goes back. So could someone help me out and look up, see if there's any stats? Let's say women that abuse children are actually abused. Melanie says, no, I think they placate because younger women are raised by the media to sympathize with the main character syndrome men have. Interesting. Interesting. I think men are played to be buffoons in the media. I think it's quite the opposite.
Men are just tools.
If you look into the history, I mean, all the way back to, I mean, at least when we grew up, we had Married with Children. I mean, these are buffoon men. The men were played out to be just like idiots that were just there.
Pawns.
Yeah.
Pawns in life.
Yep.
And I'm not talking about the sexual one.
No, useful idiots. So that's interesting that you have that take, Mel.
My question is to Tootie. Who's the boss in your house?
Boss in my house? My husband. My husband.
Really?
Well, okay. His word is final in the house. Any type of decisions that need to be made, like big things, the indecision is always his. Because whoever makes that decision, the responsibility falls on him. So he is the man in the house. He's the one that goes to the work, makes the money, that pays for the house, that's in his name. The mortgage is in his name because it's a VA mortgage, right? And so, but I'm on, the deed, whatever. So my house works.
Let's try to keep this general. Let's not try to talk about each other here, okay? Thank you for being open, Toots, but I want to keep it off of us and keep this more general.
I was just trying to put an example.
Yeah, but
I would question.
No. I'm not coming at you. I'm actually coming at Craig. Let's just try to keep this like off of us and more of a general topic. And I would say that Tootie's the queen of the freaking house, and she lives a dream life that most of us women wish we fucking had. Shout out to Mr. Tootie. Shout out to fucking Mr. Tootie, y'all. God bless
Well,
him.
my
Junior
bad.
says even Mother Teresa was found to be a serial murderer. She literally unalived 2,000 that they could account for. She would say she's gonna adopt out people's babies, then throw them down a well. Wow.
Oh,
Oof.
Okay. Are we okay? I know we're talking about abuse probably as
Yeah.
kind of generalized, but
Yeah.
I just found a study that was done by UGA, University of Georgia, a very
Okay.
renowned school, of a study of most female child molesters were victims of child abuse.
Interesting.
Yeah. So if you want me to post it,
No, I trust you.
okay. No. I mean, you mean like put it so like in chat where everybody
Oh,
can go
sure.
look at it if they go want to.
Sure. 100%. Thank you.
And I'll keep it pulled up if we want to look at it after the video.
Yeah. So I did have an understanding of SA, right? Men and women SA, usually there'll be an SAer.
Yeah.
I mean, unfortunately, that's how the dominoes fall. But I was speaking more so of like femicide, women who actually unalive babies. And are they also victims of abuse? I guess it would make sense, right? Because it's like one step worse. Melanie says, I think the
Okay,
typical
you wanna-
portrayal of men makes the idiot men you see in media stand out to you, but it isn't proof that main character syndrome isn't real. Here's the study that Titty pulled up for any of you guys who want to look into it more. If you guys don't have any other comments, we can go ahead and go back to the video. Yeah, I mean, Craig, I would say that ultimately the lady who's being taken care of, even though the man makes all the decisions, is actually the boss of the house, because he's literally sweating and tolling and going out there every day and breaking his back.
Oh yeah, the
take
every
care
day-to-day
of
stuff.
that-
Yeah,
to
I
take
run.
care of that lady, right? Like for me,
Yeah.
that's the ultimate seat in the house.
any decisions, I have to run it by her first. It's like if I wanted to set a new speakers or something like that, or buy a pair of trousers, I have to ask her first.
Well, yeah, I mean, the everyday goings on of the house, yeah, I take care of because I'm the one that's here. But whenever it comes to major life decisions like buying a house, if I want to go buy a car, I can't I'm not just going to go out
No.
and buy me a car.
Right.
I need his permission,
Right.
Married or not, I still feel like he's the one that busts his ass to get this money.
I have to ask my wife first
I need to ask him
before I do anything.
if I can
Well,
do that.
my point of more so is that everything that he literally does is to make sure that you're comfortable on a day-to-day basis. So one would say that you're actually he wouldn't do what he did if it wasn't for having you at home. And so that's the ultimate seat for me, right? Even though you're in a complete submission to him, he wouldn't be doing what he's doing if it wasn't for you. So who's
Exactly.
actually,
true.
you know what I'm saying? That's my point. And Melanie, no, I appreciate your discourse. So you can keep coming. You can even come up and share your thoughts if you want. I don't want an echo chamber here. I do episodes where it's mainly male favored, because I personally do believe, and
Big up, BD.
from my life, men are the more important species. Men are the more benevolent. Men are the more empathetic. So am I. I'm irritable too. Melanie asked Tootie. I was like, I am not. Backstage, I was with Craig and Tootie.
Oh, you're a
I
submissive
am not in a good mood. I'm extremely submissive. See, I come from a place where my husband didn't have to run shit past me. He made the decision and he just told me, and I said okay. I come from a household where my mom still doesn't know how to do online banking. I come from a very old
Sounds like my
school
Well, the
Latin
picture
home.
you see on the screen is a car that I wanted to buy, which I did buy in the end, but
What's
I
up,
had
BD?
to
Welcome.
beg, and I actually begged my wife if I could do it before I even bought it. And that was like 5-6 years ago.
Yeah, see, that would never.
No, I begged my wife for it because basically I wanted to get a full license, and basically because I was her carer, I still am her carer full time. I wanted a car so we can get out a lot more and get to places a bit easier for her.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful thing.
You know what I mean?
The men in my life would just come home and say, I got a car. You want to see it?
No, my husband would never do that. Oh, no.
You know
He
what
would
I'm
never-
saying?
Anything
Like-
I do, even down to shopping, I have to run it by her. Everything that I buy.
Okay, my husband, he can maintain authority of the house without being like
An ogre.
Yeah, exactly. He's not me, man. You listen to me. No, we do have a very much partnership. We make decisions together, but in the end, it's
He's the
always
final
his
word.
final word.
Yeah.
Yes. If he says no, we can't. I'm like, okay. So
Yeah, no, in my
If
house,
I came home with this
the
car right
men
now,
get the plate first. The men
swear
sit
that
down
if
first.
I came
the
home
men
with
eat
this car
first.
tomorrow,
The men
right,
control
my
everything.
wife would beat the living shit out of me. She literally would, because she knows that this is my dream car and it's like £40,000
Okay,
to
like
buy
I
it.
said, Craig, let's try to keep this on a general. I'm gonna go back to the video.
No, that's
Now,
fine.
now there's gonna be Craig memes everywhere with you, a lady beating your ass up. I hope you're ready for that.
That's fine. I don't really care.
Back to the video.
I've had worse.
I mean, literally.
Next.
My twins is
All right, for those of you just coming in, we're watching body cam of cops were called to a home in Ohio. I guess there was a complaints about a kitten being hurt, ratchet, putrid smell coming out of the house. The cops just went into the house and realized that there's 13 children in the home, and it's deplorable. And so now the cops are getting the information from the father of 5 children in the home.
Need the bug. Be right back.
Next.
my son
Good Lord.
born.
Okay, what's mom's name?
My wife's name is Cassandra Lambert, and we're not married, but we're engaged.
Do you know her date of birth?
The same as my
July 1st?
Yes, 1998 is her year.
What year? 98?
98, yep, 1998.
Ah, so she's older than him by almost 10 years.
July 1st.
Okay, what's Cassandra's phone number?
So we got stay-at-home daddy, wife out making the bread, wife older.
well, no, I thought he said 98.
He said 88.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Sorry about that. I'm on the phone with her right now. Her number.
Trying to make you feel like less of a man or a person or to feel bad. It's one thing if adults want to live in filth, in their own filth, and not take care of themselves. You're adults. If you want to live that way, these kids didn't sign up for that.
Trust me, I understand
They
that.
do not need to. Okay, well, there's plenty. I see plenty of adults in here that can get their asses up off the couch and start cleaning. The amount of flies in there.
Ooh.
She just went deep.
She's reading rights. Oof.
Good for her.
There's diapers all over the floor. There's trash everywhere. There's animals. There's animals that are not being taken care for. Unacceptable. And we will not have that.
I hear you on that.
Hang tight.
Sorry,
It's not. You don't need to be sorry to me. You need to be sorry for your kids.
No, I know that.
Your kids.
Damn, diapers on the floor. That's disgusting, yo.
Yeah. And you know, if a diaper's on the floor, Squatch, what happens when a diaper's on the floor and there's animals in the house?
What?
They start eating poo,
Ugh.
especially dogs. They're disgusting.
Yes.
Yeah, dogs are
To them, it
disgusting.
smells like the food that it used to be.
Yeah, I'm not a lover of dogs. I think they're
Oh, he said
disgusting.
98, so I was wrong. Fix Fish. Welcome, my love. Welcome, guys. Welcome for anyone who's new. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. There's 25 of you here. God bless you. Thank you for being here. You could be anywhere else, but you choose to be here with this band of misfits and myself. So thank you. ASPCA handled a lot of this till they needed us as backup. So, gosh, that's right. Ryan is an ex-officer. Salute to you, Ryan. Thank you so much. Dirty as hell. I don't want to picture that. No, it's pretty bad. And it's interesting because we go back to my assessment in the beginning, and all I saw was the immediate reaction of, okay, I can breathe now. The kids are happy. When Tootie saw 10 steps ahead of me, being a mom, again, I think that's the difference. She already saw that, no, this is neglect. This is like, and I just automatically assumed, even though it's disgusting, it's neglect, it's deplorable. Kids are happy. We're okay. No, you got to look deeper. And so I appreciate the perspective.
I'm calling the police on you, R.L.M.
There's a reason why
You
God
mistreated me as a baby woman.
there's There's a reason why God said, "You, ma'am, shall not have kids." There is a reason.
You would have been a great mum, honestly.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah. That instinct would kick in with you the moment you have your if that's what you want and you are the mothering type, that instinct will kick in with you when you
They
have
say
Oh, yeah.
that though. They say that though.
No. It's true. It's true. I wanted fuck all to do with my firstborn when I was 16 years old. I was a fucking teenager. I didn't want fuck all to do with my young kid. But as soon as I held her in my arms, that was it. The whole world can go fuck itself. I don't want her anywhere near anyone else apart from me.
But you say that
Overprotective.
instinct kicks in, but then we
Yeah.
see situations like this. So where's their instinct?
not
Some people are just fucked up in the head.
exactly. They're mentally
Okay, but then
not,
who are you
yeah.
to say that? I'm going to go a little deeper here, and I am going to use myself. But who's to say that people who end up not being able to have children was God's way of saying, like, you may not have the instincts? Because, like, we're seeing clearly right here that these people do not have instincts, and yet they have kids. So you guys, say that
that's
to
why I
kind of
say
like, ease
most.
the hit of a comment that I made, which I appreciate you. I love you for that. But the truth is that I'm of the eye line more so with natural selection. God, again, going back to the man in the sky, knowing what he does, there's a reason for everything. And so, yeah, I'd like to think of my, people that don't have kids still being kind and still being whole human beings. But I think that there's a reason why. Am I wrong?
Well, that's the thing with the amount of abortions that has happened over probably the last 50 years.
Right.
Natural selection has
genocide.
been altered.
You're right. 100% facts. You're 100% right. Damn, Tootie spitting facts today, y'all. True Crime Tuesdays is yours, bitch. She's like, I don't want to host, but I'm gonna make your ass a host on Tuesday. Shit, I can kick back. God damn, dropping the mics, y'all. What up, Vanta? Welcome, my love. Natural selection, my eugenist senses tingled. Yeah, because so we're talking about instincts kicking in. And how you would be a great parent, if you did have one, because your instincts would kick in. And I'm saying, what happens to all these children then that are neglected? What happened to the natural instinct that was supposed to kick in from their parents? I don't believe that. Go ahead.
Sorry. It's just really bothering me what the fuck Mel's talking about right now. Miscarriage and abortions are not the fucking same thing. A woman knows that. Sorry, you don't. Carry on.
Mel, you're more than welcome to come up if you want to challenge that one. Natural selection was overcorrected with abortions. Yeah, speak. You're in agreement with Toots. What's up, Iwan? Welcome, my love. Thank you for being here. Guys, make sure to like, share, and subscribe as you come and share.
Observation.
Go ahead.
Look at the statistics of who was aborted.
We're just dropping.
I'm not saying, but I'm saying.
Wait. I am racist, apparently, Vanta. Anybody who wants to come up and challenge these
I made no suggestions. I just
suggested. He said he's racist.
Statistics.
I'm reading the chat. Sir.
Yeah, no. He's saying he's racist, not you, hon.
And anyone wants to come and challenge points made?
Oh, Cosmic Fox? Yeah, everybody's racist, man. Don't sweat it.
Extremely triggering points, but very good ones just made by Sass and Toots. You're more than welcome. The link is pinned.
Big up, Banksy.
Cynthia's here. Anybody's invited to come up, Joe. The link is pinned. You can go ahead and drop the link one more time for anyone who wants to come up. This conversation is going in some wild places, and I love it. I love it because so Tootie just made an assessment that a woman would know what a woman goes through to Melanie. And Sass made an observation that look at the statistics of who aborts most of their children. These are really two triggering points, and I would love to have go deeper in there. You guys are more than welcome to come. I'm gonna continue the video while we do that.
Don't go looking head that way. Correction, 25
Oh.
East Girl.
336 14th.
I don't. Well, I used to live in downtown, the PLs.
Yeah.
Could you mute me? I'm
On
having
the
problems
14th.
muting.
Okay. All right. Turn around for me.
What?
Can you mute me? I'm having problems muting myself, please.
What's up, Joe? What's up,
Gotcha.
Becca? Thank you. So now my question is we understand that this is deplorable. We understand that this is disgusting. We understand that humans, never mind, animals don't live in their own filth. At least don't like to, right? That's how we train animals, is we keep them in a cage small enough so they can't live with their own filth. So it's crazy that humans would actually subject themselves or children to this. But knowing what we know, for us who seek the truth in a lot of things, does it justify taking them out of the home and putting them into situations like the foster care, whatever, knowing that that's probably worse? I know this is like also kind of like a controversial take, because R.L.M, how could you leave kids in this filth and squalor? Someone just came up.
Yep. Cynthia.
Oh, what's up, Cynthia? Welcome.
I'm on my phone. I'm cooking, so I don't know if my mic is good. But I came up real quick to tell you, you're wrong. You're wrong. The instinct does kick in. Even this guy has the instinct. Even maybe the mother has the instinct, and they know what they're doing isn't right. Their mental health, this oppression of, life, whatever it may be, is overpowering that instinct. I think that you do have that instinct, and I don't think that God didn't give people kids because they didn't have the instinct. We can talk about that later, girl. Because I have a whole theory
Cynthia,
on
not
why
everybody has it, sweetheart. Not everybody has it.
No,
I will
but
defend R.L.M on that one. No, she is correct.
well,
Not
of course,
everyone
not
has it.
everyone has it, but I do think that R.L.M does have it, and I do think that there's something greater that puts kids in these situations, drug use.
If she had a chance to be a mother, she would have been a great, awesome mother, and she would have felt that same thing.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate that.
I really do.
So you think that an instinct, a maternal instinct, is a biological thing that everyone has. There's other things, nature versus nurture, mental health,
Yeah.
the way they were raised, that impede that instinct. That's what you're saying, Cynthia?
Yeah, for sure.
And then you're saying, as far as God's plan goes, a child that is born into a situation of abuse, of anguish, of just deplorable, nature like this, there's a greater purpose for said child.
Correct. I mean, look at Moses. Moses' mom threw him in a basket and sent him upriver, but it was for a greater purpose.
Right.
Joseph's brothers threw him in a pit. It was for, and at the moment it could seem bad, and I get it. We all have those down times, but there's always something going on.
Okay.
Bigger
I can respect that.
Bigger than what we know.
I respect that.
Any idea how much I can get for a white baby on the black market?
Oh my God, Sass, you're
maybe organs wise, but you'll probably get a lot more. Baby parts.
He's fresh as a spring breeze.
You can probably sell him on the black market for organ donors.
He still has that new car smell.
Your
Well, no, I
level
don't
of
know. He doesn't smell
inappropriateness
real
is
great at the
off the
moment,
chain
to be
today.
honest. You might have to hose him down in the yard a little bit.
God forbid.
He is
God
fine.
forbid. God bless that baby. That sound is one of the most beautiful sounds that we heard earlier today.
He's fixing. He's hungry. He's fixing to start pitching a full blown fit. Yeah, here we go.
Oh,
There we go.
Oh, that sounds
gassy
so
too.
yummy. You can even smell him too.
Oh yeah, you can really smell him at the moment because he's
pooping.
It's happening.
Crying
It's currently
babies
going on.
It's happening.
still make my boobs hurt.
Oh,
I still, whenever I hear a crying baby, I still feel like that surge that whenever you're nursing and never a baby cries, your milk, your breast will start producing milk, and I still feel that same painful surge whenever I hear a baby cry.
sorry,
My
Vanta,
wife
I missed
doesn't have
this.
that
Guys,
problem
give me a
anymore.
second. Give me a second. I missed this, Vanta. My bad. 5 from Vanta. What do you call a black woman that has multiple abortions? A crime fighter. Sorry, not sorry for my receipts. No. God damn.
Vanta, you sick fuck. You sick pirate.
For context, for those of you who don't know Vanta, he's a Somalilander. He can make jokes like this, okay? We're not racist here. Well, maybe a little bit, but
I'd
we're
have
not
made
really
that joke
racist.
if I'd have thought about it.
R.L.M, you
I'm scared.
woman.
And because
probably made
I'm
it
not
so quick.
racist, and I don't think that black people just like ass. This is for you, Vanta. Just saying. Okay.
I'm gonna take this one.
May I ask why I'm getting handcuffed?
You have warrants.
Oh,
I can take it over here. What are your calls, Shady? What do you want that senior? Close grocery.
Do you live here, ma'am? Do you live here?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, so we got a call here that there was something, a cat got thrown down the stairs or something and was injured. When we go inside and see what we saw, the living conditions here for this house and these kids being here, we have a big problem.
Yeah, but no, it gets cleaned up every day. Listen to me.
No, there's no way. There's no way. No way. And like I told him, he's in cuffs right now because he has warrants. He has 4 warrants. Yeah.
what was you saying about that statistic, Squatch?
Which statistic? Oh yeah. Look, I don't make these statistics. They simply exist.
You just read them. I don't make them. I just read them. Somebody else did the work. I mean,
I'm not sure.
I don't have any, but you can check.
No, that's fine. We'll eventually grab your information and all. And like I told him, I'm not trying to talk down on you guys. I'm from the east side. I grew up here.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm not somebody who had it made in Sylvania. And
right.
I get people go through shit.
Yes,
I understand that.
Yes,
I'm not trying to talk down on you guys and make you guys
I'm not.
feel a certain type of way, make you feel like a bad mom, a bad whatever. I understand that. But at a certain point, too far is too far.
I know, and that's what I be telling you.
I understand.
I'm
I
the oldest
understand.
sister,
But
so you know.
that's where we are right now.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
So what do I do?
We're gonna get some stuff figured out.
So
I'm
do I
gonna
go clean the house or what?
Can you bring me my? Never mind. Just hang tight for me. So your children live here as well?
Yes, ma'am.
How many kids?
I have 8.
8 kids here?
Yes. That's what I'm saying. Can I go clean? Like,
Okay.
please.
Hold on. I understand. Just give me a minute.
Hey, did y'all?
Okay. On here, I want you to write your first name, your last name, your date of birth, your phone number.
I'll be right back.
Guys.
what's that?
There?
What's that? Yeah.
That's pretty much about it. It doesn't go any further than that. I guess it's us. It's for us to to ponder. Yeah. So basically, my question is, okay, now that we 8 kids. Well, no. What's up, Chuck? Welcome. It was 13 in total. So 5 kids, family members live in the same house, 5 kids to one. The 5 kids belong to the gentleman that's being taken away, and the rest are hers, 8.
Yeah,
From what it
girl.
seems, there's multiple adults living. Well, what it seems is multiple adults living in the home, so it's not just the one person with a bunch of kids. The house is in squalor. What the cops were called to begin with because apparently there was a report of a kitten getting thrown or killed, and there's a smell. There's a putrid smell. So we've dove down, like, you know, the fact that the man was home, the wife is at work, so like we're arguing the whole you know, the whole thing that men say that they do better at raising kids. Well, clearly if he's the one at home with the kids, do men really do better? So we dove into that whole idea, that whole concept. And then for me, my first initial reaction when I was watching this backstage with Toots was the kids were very open. When the cops came, they were friendly, they're happy, they're not withdrawn. You know, for them, they're just chilling. They didn't seem to be abused in a way that I'm thinking of kids that are abused. Like going back to this whole story with the 16 kids most recently in Ohio too, where there was abuse, there's severe neglect, all that stuff. These kids look pretty much fed, right? There's happiness to them. So yes, there's deplorable neglect and abuse because of the living conditions. But what I saw was at least they're adjusted. Whereas in Tootie saw the complete opposite. She saw that kids that are overly friendly to adults that run up to them and hug them right away are lacking some kind of adult love. And so that to her immediately like was a red flag, where to me it wasn't. So that's where we're at with the conversation. And my next thing is, now given that we know what happens with kids who are taken out of their homes and put into foster care, and Melanie, I mean, you have firsthand experience with this, so maybe you want to come up even though you're in a bad mood. Is it better for these kids to be taken out of the home and put in other homes? Anyone can answer the question. Is anyone there? Am I talking to myself?
Yeah. No.
Sorry.
Everybody else is muted.
I was cutting something up. I'm cooking.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's my question, right? Because okay, so you look at this from stay with me, guys, because if you're not digging it, then I could totally end the fucking show. Like I'm not here to talk to myself. I can talk to chat, but thank you. So R.L.M, I will come up to back you. Thank you, Vanta. I'm like, I've asked this question like 4 times already.
Sent messages. I was reading messages.
So Hafez entered. We can let him up. What's up, Hafez? Welcome. So the question is, right, now that we've seen this, now that we've seen that it's like deplorable, we've seen that they're living in filth. Obviously, these kids are neglected. What I saw in a bigger picture was they're at least adjusted. They're happy. They look like they've been fed. They don't look malnourished. They're not withdrawn to showing some signs of something deeper, like physical abuse, SA abuse, stuff like that, right? So that I'm looking at overall. So please, by no means do I think that that's a healthy environment for kids to be in. Now, knowing what we know, and also because we're into true crime, we've seen stories about kids being put in foster care and how, that's even worse. I don't know the rest of the story. So now we're pondering. Now we're actually going to go into hypotheticals. Would these kids be better off taken out of this home and put into care? Or is it still better for them to be together in this home, even though the conditions? Let me read this quick before you guys answer. A Million Sparks, $5. Greetings, Arla. I'm wishing you a great stream. Thank you so much, A Million Sparks. I appreciate you. I love your freaking work. By the way, genius edits. For those of you who don't know Million Sparks, beautiful editing work. So definitely go follow A Million Sparks if you want to drop another. I'll give you a wrench so you could drop your channel in the chat. Go ahead.
Okay. Oh, what was I going to say in that moment? What were you saying just before you?
I would say get them out of the house immediately if they.
Oh yeah. Well, see, that's the whole thing. We don't.
Shit.
What? Yeah. What I was going to say is that we don't have enough information yet in this situation. There's probably so much more that's going on behind those doors in that house than what we actually saw. Yeah, because that we just saw what it was just beginning. He was just getting arrested, so I can't make it a total determination of how I would recommend to handle what happened there. Maybe it was just a bad day. Who knows? We don't know all that. But if it goes to where the abuse is something more than just the neglect and the nastiness and whatnot, we didn't get that far. But yeah, if they are being more than that in an abuse, yeah, yanking the kids. But if it's just a little bit of dirtiness and whatnot, no, don't take them from their fucking parents.
Well, there's no way of letting kids being brought up in that situation because I was brought up in a house that's nothing but a shithole.
Well, the kids in this situation do need to be taken away because the mom or whomever, the adults need a wake up call. Obviously, they haven't had a wake up call before. They claim to know that we know that this is wrong. Well, then you're not taking action. This will now either enforce you to take action, and if you don't fight or get your kids back, it just unfortunately it's the way it turns out. Sometimes you never know where the evils are, even if it's not the adults harming the kids, that many kids in that one spot can lead to something else.
Okay.
That's true.
I hope you come back, Fez. I hope you just dropped off because I appreciate you being here. I don't know how anyone can make a decision without all of the proof. Okay, fair. So I am proposing a hypothetical that we don't have all the answers to. I'm asking you guys to assess from what we've seen now, given that we understand that what happens in foster care can be way worse. Oh, yeah. I understand Cynthia said needing a wake-up call for the parents. But once a kid gets put into the system, we do understand that it's a nightmare to get them back sometimes, correct?
That's the truth.
Let's go back to my premise and let me get it out clearly. And Vanta, you can jump in since you came in to back me up. Do we lock the dad up and scare the mom and that's enough and maybe send child protective services to do check-ins to shake them up? Or let me finish because it seems like I have to lay this out at least 30 more times before Tootie seemed to be the only one to actually grasp. And Cynthia, thank you. Or do we take the kids out? Vanta, answer, please. What's up, Randall?
So, hello to the panel. Hello, everybody. My point is, I'd rather, obviously, ideally, you want to raise a child in a stable home. However, I have seen nightmare fuel studies, and I actually even had a friend who came through the foster care system, and they said I wouldn't wish that on any child.
Right.
Like I think a child is better off with a single parent. I wouldn't even say single mother, single father, single parent household than foster care. Because yes, are there brutal, abusive households? Yes. So what's the option? Send them off to foster care, or how about another option? What happened to the extended family, R.L.M? What happened to the extended family?
They tried to do that first, dude. Believe me. Look at my case. Yeah, my daughter was taken away from me at a young age. All right, by social services, and they tried to give her to my cousin, and then they took my daughter away. They changed their mind.
This is a great point, and let me just read this really quick. Welcome, Carrie. She says, sadly, no matter what's done, the children will be the ones who suffer the most. 100%. Right now, the way the way the kids are reacting to the cops, at least what I see is it sounds fucked up. It's like a Shameless. I don't know for anyone who watches Shameless, whoever watched Shameless, that
Oh yeah,
series is
it's
brilliant.
totally a freaking.
I
It
grew
was
up on
so
Shameless,
dysfunctional, but they loved each other, right? They were down for each other. And the way I look at it is, at least these kids have each other. The minute
Yep.
you start taking them out of the home and separating them, how
Oh, yeah.
much deeper does that does that fuck up their mental, right? And this is where I struggle with the system, and how, like, you know, and knowing that we know that the system is just another arm for child trafficking in this country. Like, we can go into that fucking rabbit hole, right? So that's my question, and that's what I struggle with, right? And so, yeah, the kids ultimately going to see why my parents don't want me. They're not going to understand, because this is all they know. This filth and this life is all they know. They don't know what's bad. They're happy as literally pigs and shit, because they are pigs and shit.
No, you adapt to what you know. Yeah, it's basically adapting. You know,
Madam,
with
there were no pigs and shit until the cops entered that house.
Thank you.
Not everything Sons and Roses, and nothing's correct.
I hate you.
There
Right
is a
across the
case
barrel.
where-
I'm talking so close it took the nose hairs off.
I hate
Oh my
you.
god! Yo, what's wrong with you, Sasquatch?
There are some cases where
good at this.
social services were washed off
what's up,
by the
Harold?
father.
Welcome.
There's an actual case about it. The tourniquet killer. It's on that website I was telling you about the other day. Earlier on, Unseen. But yeah, they got a case on there where there's a father who was abusing both his children. He was actually a tourniquet killer, going around killing everyone in the village. Oh no, it's a Scottish fella.
Can anybody hear me? Because
Yeah, we can hear you,
Unfortunately,
Hafez.
yes.
What's up, Hafez? I haven't seen you in a long time, my brother.
Me and Hafez are looking like goddamn terrorists. Anyway, carry on.
Okay.
You looking about as white as
If the shoe
Cynthia
fits.
Banta, were you finished with your point? I'm sorry, I cut you off.
One final point. I think you made a good point, R.L.M. Like, yeah, because I grew up on Shameless, the TV show, the UK version. Yes, those family were in dire straits. They were struggling. It was a hot mess. But guess what? End of the day, they had each other. Because who else do you have left? And guess what? They want to be. They had an alcoholic father and a mother who ran away somewhere. But the kids didn't want to be in the system. They're like, you know what? We'd rather live with the alcoholic father, even though he's shameless, hence the show. But at least they had each other. They were well united. And I had a similar situation with my family, my extended family. It's not perfect. Fighting, arguing, people getting kicked out, blah blah blah. But we still remain intact. So I think families need to stay together as best as possible, and not send your children to the system, because that system is demonic. Anyway, that's my point. I'm done. Thank you.
Appreciate you. Hafez, you want to jump in on this?
Yes. Yeah, I mean, I kind of agree with Vanto. I think as much as the system, the family situation might be terrible, unless it's an abusive, out and out abusive family situation, then yeah, they're better off than being shipped to, boarding houses and then, foster care and yeah, the whole thing. I mean, most of the issues that we had in Britain from grooming gangs were these people were targeting. Yeah, they were targeting kids in foster care and in social services. So, yeah, I think putting children into that environment at the moment, at least certainly in Britain, is worse than having them live in a, subpar conditions. I don't know. It's tough. I mean, there was another
Kids
case
are
recently.
tough.
Hey, Adolf.
Two homosexual men abused in very, very graphic and horrific ways a 2-year-old until that 2-year-old was unalived. That was a recent case in Britain. I don't know if you guys heard about that. That is a horrific,
Actually,
horrific
no, I haven't.
situation. You didn't hear?
No.
Look it up. Two gay guys over a period of I don't know how long they sexually and physically abused a 2-year-old until it
that's
was
disgusting.
no longer with us. Yeah, it's a nightmare.
Yeah, number of years. And I come up because this is a touchy issue.
Can't even hear the
Doing
guy.
that thing again, brother, where it comes in super hot at the beginning and then trails out and you
mic.
can
Yeah,
almost
because he moves away from his microphone. Stop moving away from your microphone so we can all hear you properly.
So my big issue here is
No, it says noise gate.
none of these.
He's got that auto shit kicked on. You need to switch that off. R.L.M, you can switch that off in his settings.
Okay.
Oh,
ahead,
it's
Farrah.
not on automatic. It is on.
Just let the man speak. Go ahead. Go ahead, Wizard.
Yeah, go on.
ahead.
Lippy's pretty good usually.
So from firsthand experience, I got to tell you, this foster care is not needed whatsoever. It's propaganda to take your children.
Yep.
Okay, let me help you understand. A traditional family is a large family. Now, that large family I'm speaking about, my dad had 13 brothers and sisters. My mom had 7 brothers and sisters. With that many family members, why the fuck would any child go into any foster care system? That family should be holding together, but it's the foundational family that's faltering that allows this government to do what it's doing.
Yep. Agreed.
Well, I wish that was true, dude. But on my side of my family, none of my family gave a flying fuck.
That's
My
what
dog
I'm
was
saying.
living.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm just saying, my
gave a
family
fuck.
were like 9 or 7, 9 to 10 people in my mum's side of the family. None of them gave a shit. Let alone, I wouldn't want my daughter going to my uncle because he was a fucking nonce. So,
And so you actually agree with me.
yes.
Okay.
Different,
All right.
different.
I trust that you
circumstances for
guys are
different people.
adults. You can have an open discussion. Just don't talk over each other. Go ahead, Ben. Go ahead.
Okay. So for is that El Perro? Is that you? I'm sorry. Is that?
Yes.
Correct.
Yes, it's El Perro. Yes. Whenever, because me and my father, we used to lock heads. Like, you know, he would come home kind of drunk and act a fool, and then he I wouldn't say abusive, but he'll just clown me for no reason because he was off his head, right? And then I'll be like, and I'll tell my mother, I'm like, either it's me or him. But then she'd be like, but he's your father. All right, cool. So you know what I used to do? I used to go to my auntie's house and go chill out there for the weekend or a week or something, just to give a little breather.
Be right back.
I think that's what's missing in the current climate of family. I always say, people, the right wing say, "Oh, where's the nuclear family? The nuclear family." I'm like, what happened to the extended family? Where's the extended?
Bingo.
Yeah,
Exactly. And
that's the
Jimmy
point.
down in-
Sometimes the
Jimmy
nuclear can be abusive, and you need something like an auntie, uncle, grandmother, grandfather, cousin.
Where do you think we get our? It takes a village to raise a child. What do you
Thank you
think
very much.
The village is an extension of a family first, not a government.
Yep, correct. So yeah, I think that's what's lacking today, where a lot, like you said, like, because my grandfather had 16 children with one woman. My grandmother, my grandfather, 16 between them two, and that 16 end up being in an army with their children. Me, my siblings, we are an army, and we rely on each other financially, morally, emotionally, whatever. If somebody fights each other, they go to the other family to recover. I think that's what's missing today. But anyway, that's me done.
Amen.
Well, that's the
Well-
problem, isn't it?
well said, well
Families
said.
have generally shrunken over the years. People are having less and less and less children. So therefore, you're not getting this big army of family anymore. Once these, the older generations have died off that had all the families that are all spraddled out, and nope, a lot of them didn't even have kids or whatnot, so what can be done about that? People just don't want to.
Okay, Cynthia, take care.
Be blessed.
Bye, Cynthia. Thank you.
Bye. Well, the thing is, I think there's been a lot of different things that have conspired to create this environment where people are having less and less kids, financially, emotional support, all of the other sort of support systems. Because I think now, whether this is purposeful or just accidental, the government feels, especially these sort of socialist type governments we have in Europe, they want to essentially replace your family with them. They want you to be dependent on them, because the more you're dependent on them, the more you're likely to vote for them. So maybe it's accidental, maybe this is on purpose, but it is a system in which it has created an incentive for those in power to make sure you have less family support and more dependent upon the government, and see the government as your parents, because, or as your support system, because the government then benefits from that, because you would then inadvertently vote to have bigger and bigger government, to have an ever expanding government, to be more dependent on the government, to see the government as your surrogate parents, especially single mothers who essentially have replaced the husband with the government.
Bingo.
So I guess all of this is kind of tied together. Now I don't know, as I say, I'm not one for, you know, some shadowy figures who a cabal of people who meet in some basement somewhere where they decide all this, or whether this is just simply an incentive program where the government is incentivized to disenfranchise you from your family, so that you rely on the government more, so that you vote for those particular government, and a bigger and bigger government. Maybe it's just
a vicious
an incentive
circle
process.
jerk. Yeah,
And to finalize, put the icing, the cherry on top, what Hafez said. Hence why the UK is considered a nanny state. Yeah, the state has become the nanny. You're right, Hafez.
Yes. And again, this is the lack of responsibility by the parents. The parents that are willing to give up the responsibility of oversight of their own children and hand them over to the government, who has such a great oversight program, right?
So the question is, it still remains when we go back to this scenario, right? The long term implications of growing up in this kind of filth could be pretty severe, right? Because every child is different. So even though they seem pretty happy, adjusted, they have each other. It's the shameless family, let's say. And again, we're going by what we just saw because we don't know any deeper, right? The video ended. Ultimately, I want to ask every single person on the panel, would you have agreed to take the children out of this home or leave them in it?
Could I answer real quick? R.L.M?
Yeah,
real quick.
one at a time.
Yeah. Okay, I'll be quick. I think you brought up a good point. Putrid conditions, and that's a thing that people overlook.
I mean, that affects you psychologically. Living in your own filth. I mean, animals don't even do that. Yeah.
Right, and not only that, but every child have a different genetic makeup. Medically wise, maybe some kids are more, their immune system can handle it, but some kids, their immune system is messed up, and they can't handle it. So you're right. We have to consider the conditions, the environment, and the living standards. But in my opinion, I still think foster care should be the last resort. But I do see the point where maybe it could be good for them to get taken out from that situation. So yeah, that's my point. I'm done.
Okay. Yeah. Anybody else want to jump in?
I'm still curious as to what she actually saw up there that made her just be like, no.
I think she said it. I think she said the diapers on the floor. She saw something
up there in that room.
Yeah. I think probably dead, deceased kittens. Probably. But she did mention the diapers, the dirty diapers on the floor. I mean, not enough. God knows. For me.
But still, I mean, that's not enough to really make you go that spastic. She was just like.
But was this? You said there was a man that. Oh, sorry, you said there was the man that was taking care of the children full time. So the mother was out working full time, and the guy was full time at home.
It was all an assumption, and we were kind of I was joking it off in the beginning, right? But I broke it down piece by piece, because when the cops showed up, it's obviously midday. The man is at home with all the kids, and he's on the phone calling his wife. So I just, assumed that she was the one at work. And so I I proposed the whole thought experiment, like, so much for men doing a better job, right, of raising children. Single dads raising children, because in this situation, dad's at home being, stay-at-home dad, mom if we go by my assumption, she's working, and this doesn't seem to be any better. That was the whole point.
Yeah, but they're both careless. I mean, you got dirty diapers
Yeah.
on the floor. I'm
Yeah,
sure she
of
comes
course,
home and
yeah.
she sees those and whatever. If there was some dead cat or something
Of course,
somewhere.
this is just
I actually
kind of
think I don't think it was
proposing
dead
ideas.
cat. I think it was probably feces, probably on the floor
What?
somewhere. Most
I mean,
likely.
I mean, well, you saw the state of what she looked like too.
Oh yeah,
She
Ooh.
didn't exactly look all that clean. I mean,
And to be honest, Tutti Frutti, I feel bad for her back. Those giant jugs. I'm like,
she had
Feel
some
bad
big-
for me. Trust me, feel bad for me. Mine
Yeah,
weigh
see,
eight.
I remember those.
Mine weigh 8 pounds each. I've actually weighed them.
God damn.
You carry
might have to
16
use my
pounds
husband's
just on your
scale.
chest.
Just on my chest.
Oh
It's a
my
fucking bowling ball.
Just sitting up and sitting down and getting up for you is just like an exercise, like a gym routine.
Like
No, I feel
two
you know
midgets
she definitely
fighting
grunts. She
underneath.
like when she gets up, she goes, yeah. She definitely grunts when she gets up. Yeah, I'm sorry, R.L.M. I'm joking.
So yeah, to
I hope she doesn't run.
obviously- And my whole thing is that like adults that here's like the unfortunate thing about it. If these adults can live in this filth, then these adults are used to this. So like, right? Like how far does this neglect go? Because he's in the home. There was multiple adults in the home with these 13 kids. So you've got a bunch of grown-ass people co-signing to this filth.
I mean, R.L.M. To be fair, are they adults or are they just overgrown children? To quote,
Do we know that social services were called in the past?
Oh,
There you go.
That's a good question.
What was that, Craig? I missed that.
I said, do we know that social services were called in the past?
No, I mean we can take a bunch of hypotheticals and assume because all we know is what we saw in this video. That's it. It didn't go any.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying because there's a case as I was saying about the Tourniquet killer because he had all the charm and shit like that. Social services were called on numerous occasions and they were all turned away and case closed, even though it appeared that all the windows and doors were nailed shut. There was no water, there was no electric. The girls were sexually abused, and they were what was that called? What's the word? When they're not eating properly, not bathed properly. Or anything like that. Thank you. But yeah, and social services didn't see anything wrong with it, and they just turned around and closed the book. Yeah,
well, we all know that. So, I mean, social services to me is just another arm of a child trafficking ring. I'm gonna be quite honest.
Oh yeah, totally agree. Totally agree.
Thank you. Somebody said it. Somebody said it. Finally. Thank you, R.L.M.
Most of the people,
well done.
I've been saying it all along.
Yeah, most of the people.
No, but now,
but what about the kids who don't that don't have?
Hold on. Adolf's trying to talk.
Most of the people that work in family services are working not under qualifications, but because of a cronyism and favoritism and emotions.
Exactly.
Oh, we really care for the children. No, you don't. If you care for your children, you wouldn't be doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, okay, you talked about the big families and everything should be the ones doing it. Okay. And we discussed that has deteriorated over the years. Families getting smaller and smaller. So what happens? What about these kids that need to be rescued and they don't have anybody? What do we do?
Right.
Well,
Well, that's the fine line. That's the fine line.
But see, that's where
conundrum.
But that's where I'm saying there's a disconnect. People are saying they don't have anybody. And what I'm saying is the people that they do have are not standing up and taking that responsibility. They've already given it up on their own children. Why would they now, in their older years, step up and take that responsibility that they gave up earlier? They're not going to do it. It's there. They're just not taking the responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Totally
No,
agree.
Pepper is right. 100%.
Social services, how they work is they're supposed to. The first thing they're supposed to do is try and hand the child off to next of kin. In other words, next family member.
Yes.
Last resort would be foster care. That would be last resort. But they skip the first routine and go straight to foster care.
So I'm gonna bring up a quick clip on some. Go ahead, Hafez.
Oh, I just, I don't want to sound like, cruel or anything or Hitler-esque, but
speak from the heart, Hafez. Speak from the heart.
Acquired euthanasia. I mean, we have about 8 billion human beings. Do we really need another 5 or 6 kids?
God damn.
I think Adolf said he would.
Make eugenesis great again.
Oh my God!
Make euthanasia acceptable again.
I would love to have another
Make it
child.
cheap. Make it cheap. Why not?
It's like Sass said
I was
earlier.
joking.
We've self-corrected through the Planned Parenthood, haven't we?
Are you joking though?
I would love to have another child, but my wife won't
Am
allow
I? Am I?
So
I'm joking.
This is a quick clip that I found, and I want your guys' thoughts on this.
Go for it.
I've shown this a couple of times. I'm going to show it again for people who are new here. By the way, shout out to everyone who's here with me. There's 20 of you in the room. Thank you for being here. There's a lot of other places you could be, but you choose to be here with me and these band of misfits. So I appreciate you. I'm gonna go ahead and pull this up. Fair use, fair use. This is by a channel called Chuck Swindle, and this is called Khazarian Mafia. So I'm gonna go.
Oh my God, Khazarian Mafia.
The rat lines are and where they go. What is a rat line?
Fair use, fair use.
It's a trafficking line.
What is it? A rat?
Rat.
This one actually splits. A rat line. Up the East Coast and up the Hudson River. There's actually 5 main trafficking lines. This one kind of goes mainly actually from Louisiana, Alabama, so Florida's like that. Right in here, there's another one that goes up. There's 5 trafficking lines in the United States, rat lines. What if I was to tell you something like this? I wasn't going to do this till Sunday. But what if I was to tell you that there is an attorney who has an office in Poughkeepsie, New York, and an office in Bellevue, Washington. Same attorney. And he's partnered with an attorney out of Bellevue and an attorney out of here.
How does that work?
And what if I told you that out of this office, he created over 100 corporations to traffic children? I'm talking about entertainment companies that take pictures, lodging companies, short and long distance trucking companies, even an airline that's stationed at Boeing Field, offering companies. You have to have all elements of trafficking. So you have to have transportation, logistics, offerings, okay? 5x5 entertainment, Wild Child Entertainment, corporations like that he's set up. What if I told you he set them up under mostly aliases names, but we have the real names too? What if I told you he set them up for people who are police officers, county commissioners, and judges?
I believe it.
Okay.
I read Frank on the cover of.
Now, what if I told you the same attorney in the state of New York owns 17 child protective services agencies in the state of New York?
Holy
and he
shit.
also owns 17 family courts. He owns the Spafford Center, which traffics children to Jerusalem and the United Kingdom.
Yes, BD. BD.
Excuse me, can you hold on? Can you rewind it back a little bit, please, R.L.M?
2 American boys, which traffics to New York. And he also owns 17 family courts. He owns the Spafford Center, which traffics children to Jerusalem and the United Kingdom.
What the fuck?
What if I told you I had pictures of 2 American boys with a Hezbollah boy over in Jerusalem carrying AK-47s, and one's 7 and one's 11. And I know where family they came from here in America.
Holy crap.
Rest in peace, David.
What if I told you in
Rest in peace.
1983 he bought a company from William Casey's law firm? The DOD guy is going to start scribbling here when I mention names. I'm serious. William Casey. Who was William Casey? He was the head of the OSS before it became the CIA. He was our first CIA director, and then he ran the SEC.
Securities and Exchange Commission?
Yes. And helped.
They're stacked deep.
Helped set up our whole birth certificate fraud thing. He also started the Spafford Center under a different name back in the 30s. And he died in 1975. And in 1983, this attorney bought it from Casey's law firm. It's a corporation sole. Does anybody know what a corporation sole is? It's a corporation that started so old that is grandfathered into under all laws. It's a powerful corporation. A corporation sole. It was owned by William Casey.
Wasn't Casey murdered? Or no?
I don't. I wish he was. Anyway, and he can take children out of New York City or any other county that he has one of his 17 agencies. He can show up at your house with a cop, kick in your door. His CPS agents take a kid, jump you through a bunch of parental hoops, terminate your parental rights through his own judges and his own guardian ad litems and his own, and he's licensed by the state to do business. He's protected under the commerce laws.
Can you send me
He's
this?
sanctioned by the state. When you run his name of his family services companies on Google, they come up higher than the actual state of New York's family services.
Can you send me this, R.L.M?
engines. So if you're going to turn somebody into CPS and you Google it, good chance you're turning into a guy who set up hundreds of pedophile companies.
Because they do protect each other.
Now, what do you think about that?
What I want you to notice is look
It's
at the
fucking
age.
sick.
Well,
Can you send me that, please, R.L.M?
yeah.
Thank you.
So I asked that question again. Do you call Child Protective Services?
I see. Exactly.
I don't. I never trusted them. I never called them in my life, apart from when I was younger, when I was trying to get out of the situation I was in with my family, and they didn't do
Craig?
fuck all that.
Craig, a lot of these so-called foster care homes are R.L.M. Correct me if I'm wrong. Aren't they called shell companies? Basically, a mask to do some diabolical stuff behind the scenes for tax purposes. For tax purposes.
Shell companies, not Shaw. Shell.
Shell.
I said shell. Écoutez, s'il vous
Sounded
plaît.
short- it sounded like
now
short.
Now you got me speaking French. Écoutez, s'il vous plaît.
I'll be right back, guys. Keep the conversation going.
Yeah.
Thank you, Teddy.
Okay, I will. Okay. Tutti frutti. I've been knowing about this for the longest time, but people laughed at me. That Van,
no.
you're crazy. Yo, right.
I didn't know about the shell ship, but I know that social services were corrupt,
No,
and I know that they lied a lot.
Basically, Craig, basically, it's a company, because you obviously have to file it as a business tax, whereas a shell, a mask. However, behind the scenes, that's where the nonsense happens. That's where the trafficking happens. It happens in the UK, and I'm glad R.L.M pulled up the video because that's definitely happening in America right now. Like New York and Washington. A lawyer, come on, man. What is a lawyer? What's a lawyer known for? A lawyer is known for not to know the law, but how to manipulate the law. That's the whole point of a lawyer.
Okay,
I'm sorry. I'm done.
Isn't the child care social services system isn't it actually a private organization just like the prison system is? It's not not an actual government entity.
Yep. Thank you.
It's privatized.
Yes.
So therefore it is monetized.
Yes.
And I want you guys to understand Social Security, just like taxes, that's voluntary. And they impose it upon you as if though it's mandatory. It is not mandatory except for federal government workers and contractors contracting directly with the federal government. If you are not in that capacity, then Social Security is voluntary. It is a military insurance.
Right. Insurance. Okay, yeah, there you go. Thank you. See?
And rest his soul. Rest his soul. I worked with David Straight, the man in that video, a lot in the last 10 years. Very profound man. And I wish people would have listened to him a long time ago because he was telling the truth then, just like we're finding out now. It's all fucking a modern ball system for sacrificing your children.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
When I saw that, I nearly like. I mean, I mean, yeah, I stood cold because I'm like, God damn, the arm reaches so far and so deep that even if you're doing something that you think is the right thing by taking a child, let's bring it back to the video we watched, out of a situation that normally you would say, well, you're doing a good thing, right? This child is in squalor. This is not healthy. This is filth. The long-term implications mentally that can happen to these children. You know, you got down all those thought holes, but then you think what the opposite what the opposite could be. I'd rather them thug it out together. I'd rather them, just bang it out together and give them at least that chance, because at the very least, what I saw immediately was something different than Titty saw, which I respect her perspective, but I at least saw children who had some kind of modicum of like normalcy as far as being children. They were happy. There was, so it's a hard call to make. And it's like, do you even get involved? That's the problem. That's where my nihilism seeps in, because
it's painful.
It's horrible. And kids for me is like a deal breaker. It really is a deal breaker.
Yeah, I put it out there to all my neighbors. Hey, listen, I might wear this short mustache and look like an old crony or something, but I really do care. If you guys are having problems with your children or marital issues, please do not call the police. At least come over and knock on my door and ask them some advice from a common man that's been there, done that. These people you're searching for to take care of your children, they come from silver spoon-fed families that haven't been through shit.
Could I share one story real quick, R.L.M, with
That's a great thing that you do. Really like become more of a community. Like, so if these people don't have extended families, they don't have a community within their family, be the community that they don't have.
Right.
Be that's important. I think that's something that's missing with us too. Like, not until I moved to Florida, where neighbors were actually like, because even growing up in Long Island, they gave us a hard time because we were the first Hispanic family in the neighborhood, and they, were racist as fuck. But they there was a community. But when but you live in like big cities, I didn't even know my neighbors that lived next door to me. Like, you can go like forever not knowing who's living right next door to you in like a building.
Right.
And then coming, to Florida and being more like in like suburban areas where people do knock on your door, say, I'm your next door neighbor, nice to meet you, whatever. But I think that's like
bring you an
important.
apple pie or a casserole.
Welcome to the neighborhood,
I don't do that sort of thing. My neighbors can go to hell. Even when they're new neighbors, I just tell them, I literally don't
neighbors.
And it might be about
neighbors.
Oh my god, you used to watch that too, T? I used to watch Neighbors.
Let Para go.
I'm sorry.
It might be bad timing, but I got a little joke that kind of goes along with this.
No, please lighten up the mood.
And understand, this comes from my mother, who worked at Social Security Administration for 29 years. And there's this lady that's moving into this house. She pulls up in the moving truck. She starts unloading. The lady next door steps out the door and yells, "Johnny, breakfast!" And 5 little boys come running to the front door, go inside and eat breakfast. They go back out and play when they're done. She's still unloading the thing, and lunchtime comes around. The lady comes out. "Johnny!" The 5 little boys come running to the home. It's lunchtime. Same thing at dinner time. "Johnny!" 5 little boys come around. She's over there unloading. She finally gets done. She goes over to introduce herself to the neighbor and says, "Hey, I noticed you got 5 lovely little boys. You named them all Johnny." She says, "Why would you do that?" She says, "Well, it makes it easier when I want to call them for dinner and stuff." She says, well, what do you want? What do you do when you only want one of them?" "Well, heck, then I just call them by their last name."
I've heard of that. I've heard that one. That one is actually quite funny because they're all different days.
That clicked late for me. That's funny. Oh my god.
That is your extended family today. That's the disruption of the extended family, and that's what the reality of today.
And that's the thing. So when I hear like Craig, love you. I'm gonna use you as an example, just because you're always talking about it, so you're not afraid to talk about it.
I don't care. Go for it.
Like when people judge you and say that, as angry as you are about the state of your country as far as the infiltration of immigrants, i.e. like the Muslims, have you failed your community? Have you, as a man, as an individual, allowed for the degradation to get this far? Have we as people, I'm going to take it off of you. Have we as people, because yes, we talk about the importance of starting in the family, the base and the foundation of the family in your own home, you as an individual, right? It starts there. Have we failed each other? Have we failed the kids?
Absolutely.
Yes, we did.
This is the thing. If it takes a village to raise a child, and we know that in our hearts, then why are we not doing that as adults? Like I said, I go to my neighbors and I tell them, please do not call the police. Please accept me as a friend and a possible family member that's willing to institute that family situation where we don't have to depend on government services, but we depend on our neighbor who we love as ourselves. Where does that concept disappear in a Christian society?
Yeah, you don't have my neighbors.
I would say what Christians.
I understand that. I understand that, Fez, because that's the same way in America.
I would say what Christian society in the UK, there ain't none left.
Exactly, it's disappearing.
Right, he's talking about back in the day where, even me, like, R.L.M, if I may, I'm gonna share a story with El Perro.
Yeah.
In the 90s, because my family, my extended family were here since the 60s, because they served under the British Empire and all that blah blah. But by the time me and my immediate family came to the UK, my extended family already had things set up. However, I remember one time I went to my grandmother's house and her neighbor was Irish. I remember John and Esther. I remember them. R.I.P. They passed away. But I remember one time they're like, oh, in the Irish language, oh, are you related to your, is that your grandmother? I'm like, yeah. Yeah, like, you have to collect the garbage by Sunday night and put it out in the on the pavement, so the garbage collectors collect on Monday. Like that was the neighbors. Neighbors would pull up and friendly advice. I'm like, who is this racist old Irish woman? And my grandma was like, oh no. That is Esther. She always does that every Sunday. Like, just being concerned neighbor. Like, yeah, Mondays, cleanup day, put your shit outside, blah, blah, blah. And she used to hook us up with some good, gardeners. Like, do you need somebody to help out with your garden, lawn mowing, blah, blah. She would call her Irish nephews to do all the lawn mowing and chop up the bushes and all that. That was back in the day.
Yeah, I got a neighbor
back in the day.
Yeah, I got a neighbor that got a brand new riding lawnmower, and he come over and mowed my lawn just to check it out.
Yep.
Awesome.
And also El Perro.
Yeah, you see, I got a neighbor. Well, actually, I used to have a neighbor. I moved, but I had a neighbor who was cooking meth. And he brought his bong round so we could try it out.
No,
that's the difference between where you live and where I live.
I don't know about that.
You can't just move on like that. You can't just move on like that. Say that again.
The place I'm living in was just recently busted for all kinds of shit. They had shit up in the attic. They fucking tore this house apart. They had to remodel the house before we could move in.
No,
it's all subjective. I think one would say a meth cooking neighbor is an asset. Just kidding. Just kidding.
Hey, bit of extra cash if you're on that sort of thing. You can have a bit of
these house chores. Fuck.
All I'm saying is that we don't all have the same neighbors. we have neighbors with different priorities.
Right.
But Look, the fact is, we don't unfortunately all live in environments. I mean, this was back when I was younger, when I was at uni and all that. So I had no money, so I had to live in like a bad part of town. But the fact is that, yeah, this picket fence crap and like 2.4 children and hello Bob, good morning John. this
Good night, John boy.
yeah, well, I mean this what's it called? Truman Show shit doesn't apply to everyone.
Don't shit on my rainbow, Hafez. No, I know. I was thinking in the back of my head when I lived in certain like suspect neighborhoods in New York. When after like I graduated and I was on my own, I was like, a motherfucker come knocking on my door and say, "Don't call the cops if something happened." I'm gonna call the cops on them. I'm be like, "What are you up to?"
I was like, "Hey, cops! Some fool just came and said, don't call the
right,
cops."
right.
I
want to check on 2F because they told me not to call the cops. So there's something going on there.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know if you guys have ever lived in a place where you had to keep a bat or a piece of hard stick. I mean, I usually had like eskrima sticks because they're quite solid. They're like bamboo. Yeah, I had to keep one next to the door in case some drunken motherfucker just falls. I had someone who passed out in front of my door. Just passed unconscious.
Yep, we've had that in this building.
There's something in my purse that I have that will.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are in America, so you guys have that. But what I mean is,
something personal for a woman's use.
I ain't got no picket
No.
fences. I ain't got no driving lawnmowers.
A purse pistol.
Yeah,
I'm playing. I was playing.
380.
I was playing.
Yes, I always have my 380.
We call it the goddamn it, Tutti. We call it the goddamn.
Yeah, but I have to sleep literally every single night. I have to sleep with a knife underneath my pillow, especially because of these fucking immigrants.
I just kept a very, very solid stick at the side of the door. Someone knocked on the door. I answer with a stick.
Dude, it's not the front door. It's my back door. My back door is actually in my bedroom.
Oh, yeah? They're gonna smash your back doors in.
No, we keep the AR by the door.
No joke. It literally take you 5 seconds to open it with a crowbar, and it's literally 2 feet from my bed.
Yeah,
my head.
Well, yeah, but what I mean is, it all depends on like. I mean, I'm talking back in the day. I'm luckily I'm not in that situation, but the fact is that this thing about relying on your neighbors, you can't. If you lived in cities.
I'm gonna call bullshit on you, Hafez, because you know Tottenham, right? You're in London. You know Tottenham.
Yeah.
Tottenham's rough. I grew up in Tottenham in late 90s, early 2000s. I remember when the event happened in New York, September. You know the event. When that event happened, my mom was at work, my father's at work, and I came back from school, and I didn't have my door keys, so I had to stay with my neighbor. And my neighbor was like, "Oh, I'm like, yeah, I'm waiting for mom and dad to come back. I don't have the keys." All right, cool, stay in. And then me and my neighbor, I remember we watched that event happen, and we just basically, and he said, you know what's happening? I'm like, what's happening? He's like, yeah, some Islamic blah 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 blah. And so ever since then, I don't know, there was some kind of communal spirit where I felt comfortable going to my neighbors anytime when my parents were not about. My neighbors was always there as a backup. So I don't know about you, Hafez, but I love my neighbors. Even though I lived in Tottenham, one of the worst areas in London, but I still had great neighbors.
Welcome back, Ben.
Look, the thing is, there are certain weird situations, like people in the hood, in this. You guys, I want to relate it to like Americans, like the projects. If you live in the project, you're born in the projects, you kind of have a community of degenerates essentially, and you become friends with develop a family of degenerates. Yeah. So yeah, there is that possibility of a communal sort of, people are all in the same crap, so they kind of get along, and they go and rob other people down the street, not their own community, their own neighbors, because they don't want to rob the people in their own area, so they go and rob someone else. But what I'm saying is that can happen, like yours with Tottenham, but most of the time, I'll be honest with you, I was cursed. I was born and raised in middle class environments with a middle class mentality, but became poor and had to live with poor people. And I despise poor people, and I look down upon them quite often, and I don't want to mingle with them. I find them to be
I have the same
I find them to be beneath me.
I have the same. I have the
How
same
many times
experience,
have you and
Hafez.
I had this?
I went from
Then you'd hate
I
me
went
then.
from
Then you
living
would
in
actually
like
hate me then.
I went from living with like what you would call a silver spoon to then being on my own and having to be around poor people. And yeah,
Right.
I never ever want to go back
Faz,
to.
then you'd hate me then.
Yeah, I was born poor. I'm not
joking.
poor now.
What's up?
I ain't
Oh.
going back, y'all. No,
I was born poor and I still am now.
now I look down at people. I'm like, look, people can get out of this shit. They just gotta want to.
Oh, 100%.
Exactly. Be hungry to come
But I
out.
will say he is right. There is a certain unity even in like the projects, right? Like so they don't necessarily care enough to take care of their own surroundings, right? So there's piss in the fucking staircases. There's, you got to cuckoo because the fucking machine to buzz doesn't work. There's like the whole element of like just disgustingness. But for the most part, they do. People in the hood do try to take care of each other in that little ecosystem within the hood. Now you step out in the hood, it's just fucking welcome to the jungle. You know what I'm saying? Like
we got
yeah. Can I run
there's
to my
monkeys
neighbor?
everywhere.
Would I be able to run to my neighbor in like Bushwick, Brooklyn back in the day? Well, I wasn't there, but like I lived in Elizabeth, New Jersey for a bit, which is like New Jersey Drive. It's like the movie was based on like that horrible neighborhood that I had lived in for a little bit. And yeah, no, I mean you stepped outside. It's you better be stacked.
R.L.M, can I make one joke real quick if I may? Because
No.
You guys know about this GTA, GTA, the video game GTA 6 is gonna have a first Latina lead in Miami. And every time I see her, she reminds me of you, R.L.M. I can't lie.
I'll be right back, Laura. I'm gonna make
All right,
coffee.
where are my royalties? Irby, I would say I wasn't around a suburban neighborhood in Staten Island long enough to know. I think the difference is I think the suburbs are going to be the same no matter where you go. I just think that the kids that grew up in the suburbs in Staten Island they were closer proximity to the city, so they had a little bit more edge to them. Whereas in Long Island, you might as well have grown up in like a suburb in Ohio. There's kids that grew up in Long Island where I grew up that never even went to the city. So that's the difference. Like in Staten Island, you're like a hop skipping away from the city. Where I grew up in Farmingdale, Long Island, it was about an hour and a half away.
Isn't that where Opie and Anthony are from? The radio shock jocks. Long Island.
Who?
Or tripping. Opie and Anthony.
I'm not sure.
Back in the day, like they were alongside Howard Stern in Sirius FM, whatever you call it.
Well, Howard Stern lived in Long Island. He had his mansion in Long Island. So everyone, when you made it, you bought a house in Long Island. You left the boroughs, and Long Island's where the Hamptons is. Like that. When you made it, that's where you moved out to.
Right. Yeah. Because I'm like. Yeah, this sounds very familiar. But yeah, going back to the point of the neighbors and stuff, and Hafez, no, I did not live in the goddamn projects. My house was a semi-detached, regular house. I did not live in a goddamn flat like all those bums in London. I had a proper house. But yeah, I still appreciate my neighbors in Tottenham.
No, look, I mean, you guys were probably living, either mixed or even in a council, probably property or mixed council and private property neighborhood.
It was social housing, Hafez. It was social housing, but
there you go. So council property. Well, the thing is what you got to realize, Vanta. I came from Iran, and we had swimming pools in our houses. My cousins, where I spent most of my childhood, had 2 swimming pools, and jacuzzis and saunas and cinema rooms and shit like that. Right. I came from that to semi-detached housing in Britain. Believe me, it is a downgrade on every measure.
Me too. My apartment in the UAE, Abu Dhabi, I had a gym with swimming pool on the rooftop. I lived in the first floor, but floor 18.
There you go.
Because my father used to work in an oil rig in a gas company in UAE, and he had a bunch of benefits, dental, health, blah blah. But my favorite benefit was free gymming nonstop.
You see, my problem is, as I said, I became a snooty middle class without the finances of a snooty middle class. and
You're a
and I
sweet little fucker
despised
anyway.
it. I despised it the whole time. I resented my station in life. Now, thank goodness. I mean, admittedly, I have to admit, I still don't have a house with a swimming pool in this country, but that's just kind of harder to come by in Britain.
But you act
To
like
be
a
like
sweet
a
little cunt right now.
multi-millionaire, right? To have that over in
But
where you're
unfortunately, once you're, the thing is, like they say, once you've driven a Ferrari, you just can't go back to a Skoda.
No.
It just isn't the same again. A Ford is not the same.
Give a little quick anecdotal story, and it's not. I mean, it's racist, but it really isn't. But hey, you guys know my parents are racist as fuck. I come from Archie Bunker family. What's up, Steven?
Who
It looks
isn't
like you're
racist
new
already?
here.
Who isn't racist?
And Lynn, looks like you're new here. So welcome, guys.
She's new. She's on my channel right now, hon.
Oh, okay, nice. Welcome. And just a little quick housekeeping. I will be ending the show. Shout out to Ryan Bardwell for dropping a $50 dono earlier on. I'm going to pull this back up, but since the donos have since slowed down, if you guys want to extend the show, you know what to do. If not, we're going to end it, and we're going to leave it on a high note, because you guys, my time is money, and you guys know that I am here full time trying to make that money, honey. So you know what to do. You can Cash App, PayPal, Ko-fi. You can buy me buy coffee, or you can super chat memberships. There's always a way to show your love. So I've only ever lived in, my parents moved us from Queens, which was I was like not even 5 yet. They owned a furniture business, multiple businesses. So I moved down up like the Jeffersons to Long Island. We were the first Latino family in the neighborhood. So we were the brownest people in the hood, and that never changed, right? So the demographics in my neighborhood was Italian, Irish, and Jewish, and top 10 school in the country, public school in the country. Just really, really good upper middle class neighborhood. And so, but what I've noticed as time has gone by, I've lived in apartment buildings, and it's always been the same kind of demographic, right? And so now in Central Florida, where we are, it's good. You're starting to see a little bit more integration. You're starting to see a little bit different, shades of people, let's say, right? And so where I'm at is a gated golfers community, right? So I'm on a golfing and lake, and it's a gated community. It's pretty nice area.
You're a posh bitch then.
I'm not posh.
Yes.
I just come from. I come from really good stock. I come from really good stock who gave a fuck about what happened where I lived in my life, and I'm blessed. Let's put it that way.
It's okay, R.L.M. It's okay. It's okay.
Because if I'm going to tell you that my father came from Cuba with nothing at 11 years old, okay, left because they had to leave everything behind. He didn't come over on a Mariel. He was allowed to leave. It was before Castro shut the country down. He left with his family, and they worked their fucking asses off. A little immigrant boy became the valedictorian of his class, graduated. The number 2 in his class got full ride scholarship to every Ivy League in America, pre-med, went to Columbia, free. Okay, so my father fucking worked his ass off in this country to be who he is. So no one can tell me shit about anything about being a bum and fucking living in the backwoods of where Freddie and Jason fucking cut people up. Get the fuck out of here. If a man who came from Cuba gets where he got, then I don't want to hear shit from anywhere else. So I'm blessed.
Right.
So I digress. We guys, if you know, you know. If you fucking know, you know, toots, right? Backwoods.
Yes,
So anyway,
cool. That was a diabolical sound effect. Just saying.
Bro,
Anyway.
like that's why no one could tell me nothing. No one could tell me nothing because this man is like, yo, that's why I love men so much, because I've seen what my father has done for my fucking family. Bro.
Right.
Came from nothing. Anyway, so I'm leaving my house and I'm driving down and all of a sudden my mom goes, "Ben, did you see? There's black people moving in."
Not the El Negro. Oh no.
Like 3 houses down.
No. There goes the neighborhood.
And I was like, yeah, Mom, okay. But she's like,
and Craig,
and
Negro
goes,
is not a racist.
Are you sure those are the people
black.
They're not doing the work on the house? She goes, are you sure that they're
call them
my
monkeys?
Mom, no, it's parents and kids. They're moving in. She goes, oh, but they look like they're like African, right? They don't look like they're African.
Why are you whispering?
And I was like, because that's how she's telling me in the car, like as if someone can hear her say this shit. What's up, Imperious? Welcome.
Big up, him.
And then I says, Mom, the medium like house price here is like 6. You're looking at 6-7. So if they're moving in next 2 houses down, they got to be doing okay. That's right. Because you know what? I'm going to walk over and I'm going to introduce myself. I'm going to bring a pie or something. It was just so funny to me, bro. I was like, yo, I was like,
who are you?
How things have changed, right? Like we were the ones that were the first brown people in our neighborhood. They wrote "Go Home Spics" on my property. And they threw garbage in my backyard. This is what I remember as a little kid. And now here we are worried about the brown people moving in next door. I just thought that was a funny fucking.
The entire U.S. fucking housing market is based off getting away from black people. What are you talking about?
Here we go.
Oh, God damn it.
He ain't wrong. He ain't wrong.
Here we go.
It's not lying.
Just because he ain't right doesn't mean he ain't wrong.
I'm not wrong. There's like you can go, dude. There's literal. You can take the data and show that every wave of where houses go up and go down are directly correlative to where black people go.
He's not lying.
Like it's not that hard.
I can back it up because my family, where they live anywhere near Africans or other non-white people, they're like, I want to sell my house and go to the countryside because living around non-whites is kind of unpleasant. I can't lie.
And what is it? What is it? Because I've been to both ghetto project, communities in New York, whatever. I've been there, but then I've also been in really white, trashy neighborhoods, and I don't know what feels more eerie to me.
I think
they both have a certain.
Yeah, but even like trailer parks, the people there pick up trash. They're not out at like 1 a.m. fucking shooting each other, doing crack in the street. Like this is what I'm saying. Like
They keep it inside.
Yeah, they keep it exactly. If they're doing their meth, they're gonna blow themselves up, not blow other people up. Like you know what I mean? Like that's the issue. Like black people have a problem with putting everybody else as the victim of their stupidity. Like they do, and they affect everyone around them. That's the issue.
And R.L.M. Are you done?
And you were talking about like intelligence. Well, like I mean, this isn't hard. Like the more intelligent you become, the more you despise the average person.
That's true.
Newton was not up, Vanta.
I'm sorry.
Newton was. Oh my God.
Let him finish, Vanta.
He can't. He's autistic. Newton was devoutly isolatory. He hated human beings. He said women are a disease.
But that wasn't because of his intellect. I think you're misplacing.
Yeah, it was.
I don't think so.
No, it was because of his intellect.
Oh, that
he saw people as a waste.
That would be a matter of opinion.
That's in his actual books. He talks about it. He died a virgin.
Nobody
he
cares.
Died a virgin, bro.
Nikola Tesla died a virgin.
He do.
Yes, we know. Yeah, we know.
Yeah, but Nikola Tesla is like 1/100th of what Newton is. There's a difference. If you're gonna see, this is the thing. Like people don't take into account he's the most intelligent human being to ever have existed. At 24 years old, he discovered the laws of optics, bro. It's not just they just have things to say. Like you don't. No, it's not just high IQ. Like you have to have abstract thought too. High IQ doesn't mean you have abstract thought. Like this is what I'm trying to say. Like there's this is what I mean where I get so I am pro genocide. I am pro all eugenics because this is what I'm saying. I believe that if people say something and they're wrong, they should die. We need to get rid of stupid people. Don't make a statement if you don't know you're right. That's pretty much the law that I would have universally. And stupid people would be off because they would go, no, I swear I saw this. Oh, well, you didn't. Boom, 9mm to the back of the head. This is what I'm saying. You guys actually have you guys aren't really intelligent. You're not really that rich because you don't despise human beings like I do. I genuinely despise the human race.
You don't know what's in my head.
Is that why elites can do what they do? Because they're so disgusted by the human race?
Yes, because we don't see you as human beings.
What's up,
Yes,
Gasman?
your dogs, and dogs need to be kept under control. Dogs need to be
Does
kept
that,
under
mean, does
control.
that
and it's
mean we have
less
to keep you under control? Like, do we have to keep you under control?
Good luck. Good luck. Good luck.
I'm only playing
Good
Imperious.
luck. No, I know. I'm just saying, like, all this, like, dude, you had, I mean, name any person, any show, anything on here, and all the people are just babbling about bullshit. Like CT's show yesterday, babbling about violence and movies and music. There's been extensive study that movies and music have zero effect. Media has zero effect on the proclivity of people to commit violence. Zero.
Really?
None. It's actually a negative correlatory. Actually, if people play violent video games, they actually have a less likelihood of being violent.
That Imperious, that's the argument they used back in the 80s and early 90s. You know, oh, video games make young men evil, and I'm like, bullshit. I played
It's
a lot of
liberal.
violent.
I mean, it was the whole curse. It was the whole fucking MS or MP13 stickers all over music and shit by Tipper Gore. Tipper Gore in the 90s.
Tipper Gore, thank you. Yeah, it was Tipper Gore. You're right. Yeah.
She pushed that shit.
So then what is it?
And
Genetics?
Yes.
What is what? No, yes, it's just genetics.
Genetics.
It's genetics and fear of no fear of repercussion. I can guarantee you, if the punishment for let's say someone goes out and murders someone, if the punishment is that you have to watch your entire family be melted alive, like their skin melted off their bones, you have to watch it, and then you're flayed alive for 9 days straight, there wouldn't be murder. There wouldn't be.
Interesting.
It all comes down to like Schopenhauer said, the world is an imposition of will. If there's a greater will that just says, okay, every criminal that commits a crime, their entire family line dies.
I knew Imperious was a Schopenhauer guy. I knew he was going to quote Schopenhauer.
Well, I believe that about the line of people who touch, like PDF I feel that the whole line should just be zapped out.
You gotta be more extreme. Any crime. No. You gotta be no. You have to see. You gotta take the Tarkin doctrine. You rule through the fear of force, not through direct force. So what you do is you make an example. You take someone who jaywalked and you burn their family alive to show people your real spirit. And then you take a orphan.
Wait.
Jaywalking.
No. See, no, you don't. This is what I'm trying to say. Yes. No. That's the whole point. Nobody fears you. You start at the.
You sound comical, Imperious, right now.
No, I'm not. It's called window breaking policing.
What you're saying
it's called
is
window breaking
if you
policing.
come from a family who's got a paedophile in it, the entire family burns.
That I agree,
Yes.
but jaywalking.
If you have a little kid that talks back in school, the parents' tongues are cut off.
What?
I'm old school. I'm a soul from 2,000 years ago.
Imperious,
I don't believe in this.
No. Imperious, no. I need. Can I come back, Imperious, real quick?
By that definition, your family would be dead because you cut everyone off, Imperious. Stop.
Right. That's
yeah,
crazy.
I never spoke. I never spoke in school.
With
Priest
what
would have
R.L.M
smacked
said
the
about
shit out of me. No,
Okay,
see, I was
Imperious.
raised under the children are to be seen and not heard.
Imperious.
Even to this day, I don't speak around my dad until he asks me to speak.
Now who's being autistic? Imperious, let me combat your.
That's not autistic. That's respect.
No, because you called me autistic for interrupting you. Now let me interrupt you proper. I went to private school. I went through corporal punishment, and yes, my father did belt me, put his paws on my face that left a mark. I went through hell, but to the point where just because I chat back to the teacher, that means my entire bloodline needs to be deleted. No, yes. What was
I didn't say you'd be. No, I said your tongues would be cut off. No, I said the tongues would be cut off.
Okay, that's even diabolical. All I got was, I basically my teacher was like, "Have you done your homework on the weekend?" No, miss, I didn't. She's like, "Give me all your textbooks." You know what she do?
Okay, then you cut the pinky off. Then you cut the pinky off. You cut the pinky off.
Imperious, listen.
No, you cut the pinky off.
Imperious, we are not in goddamn fantasy. I'm talking about reality right now.
No, but that's not fantasy. This dude.
No,
this is
no. Why would you? Okay, anybody in the school, why would you cut off their finger if you want them to learn? Why? Why? That's a hindrance. That's not positive.
No, it's not. See, this is what I'm saying. You guys aren't leaders of men. You don't know how to form
So you're
an
in school,
army.
you're in school
You don't know how to
and you're
control. You don't
punishment,
know.
you
You
do
don't know
the thing.
discipline, bro. All that matters is discipline and obedience. Only thing that matters is
That's not
discipline and
discipline.
obedience.
That's
Everything after that is secondary.
no, that's not
That is
discipline.
true.
Yeah, it
Just the
is.
force.
Have you ever seen any? Have you ever seen a United? Have you ever seen an inner city school? How many times? Why don't you go? Okay, I'll be back in a little bit. I got to go to a
I was
meeting. But
raised in the Middle
why don't you go
East.
look
I
up the
know.
Newport Beach? No,
You don't know.
he doesn't know. Do you see how he keeps talking? You see how he
Exactly,
keeps talking?
because you're talking
You
nonsense.
see, this
I'm
is
gonna
what I'm.
talk
This is
over you.
okay. It's nonsense.
Imperius.
It's nonsense. But you don't have it. But you don't have a way to fix
I
anything.
lived
I
in
do.
barbarism.
Vanta, let him finish. Let him
I'm
finish.
sorry.
Again, that's
R.L.M, how long? How long
you
must
see how
I
he just
contain
talk.
this
Like
nonsense?
it's fine, dude. Let him talk about how he thinks he can solve the problem by being a woman.
I mean,
Be a woman. It's okay.
It would
Be a woman
solve
and
the
feel sorry for the bad
idiocracy
people.
problem that we have right now. I mean, it would
No,
solve.
I just know he's never been to. He's never been to an inner city United States school where every person that goes in there has to go through a metal detector, gets pat down. He doesn't know the real world, and this is why I say people who don't know what they say and are wrong should be offed. Vanta's the example. He's never been. He doesn't know what a war zone the inner city schools in the United States are, and he thinks that's scary. This is what I'm trying to say.
Even though I lived in
Have
the
you
Middle
been to
East.
Chicago? You been to Los Angeles? You been to New York
Actually,
City school?
Actually, I
Have
lived
you been
in
to
one
those
school.
schools? Have you been to those
No,
schools?
Melanie, I'm too fat for Imperius, but thank you.
Do you see? No, I'm not. This is what I'm saying. You can't.
Melanie's like, we should hook up because I'm giving you.
You can't have low level discussion. This is what I'm saying. Nobody on here wants actual discussions for solutions. They want to project how good they are.
Let me ask you a question because you did have an interesting conversation.
Vanta wants to project that he's a good person.
I'm
Oh my God, I'm not.
civilized the whole time. What are you talking?
No, you're not. You can't keep your mouth shut.
No,
if you did come from the Middle East,
because you're talking nonsense. You're talking nonsense. I have to interject.
I'm out of here. I can't.
Can I ask Melanie? Is that the trans person, the fox?
Yes.
Oh.
Thank you, Imp. Appreciate you. That's Mel. Mel's a trans. Mel's is a trans.
Oh, yeah. No, I've seen the name. I just forgot.
Shout out to Melanie.
So that
Shout
was
out to
exciting.
I did want to ask him. Yeah, I mean, because he made an interesting point last night on Ertz, and I was watching it, and I wanted to ask him about it. He said he'd rather clean a man's foot than have sex with a woman because like at least a man's foot doesn't have other men's cum on it.
R.L.M, that was diabolical.
I thought that was an interesting take.
What kind of skank is he sleeping with that has other men's cum still on them?
So skeeved out by women who've been with men besides like him that he'd rather, they were talking about Jesus and how, Jesus cleaned other men's feet, right? And how he'd rather do that. So he said, and MGTOW was on the panel. I thought it was interesting. And he said he'd rather clean MGTOW's feet than be with a woman because a woman ultimately has other men's cum in her.
God. And by the way, R.L.M,
that means you're gay.
Exactly. Thank you to
What's up, Ricardo? Welcome. Long time no see.
How does he know that the foot doesn't have other men's cum on it anyway?
This is true. This is true. They are foot fetishes.
Oh, come on. When a bloke finished coming inside a woman, as soon as they stand up, it drips out.
But Imp, whenever you come back, I would like to expound on that because I thought that was actually an interesting conversation. But guys, no one has paid to extend the show, so what I'm going to do is what I normally do: drop everyone one by one, and let's do this really quick. Hafez, I always love having you here, Hafez. If you were closer, I would date you, Hafez. I love you.
Love you too, my love.
If you'd have me, thank you for being here, babes. Appreciate you.
Take it. Ciao.
Vanta, what say you, sir? Before we leave,
I just want to say I don't like I'm joking. Thank you for having me on R.L.M. I try to remain civil.
No. I appreciated your input. I thought it was an important topic. I think it's a good topic to have. And when you engage and you don't go on spur on your on your ADD modes, like you're actually interesting and have a good takes. And I love you, Vanta.
Me too, my dear. Thank you. And hopefully have more fun conversations like this. I love it. But yeah.
Yeah, no, for sure. for sure.
All
And
right.
but I'm just like want to make it known that my time is money. I don't have
Oh,
thankfully
yeah.
unless I'm in the mood, I don't have to do the really long streams. You know what I'm
Tap,
saying? And shout out to
capitalism,
Ryan for
baby.
taking good care of
Capitalism,
me.
baby. Make your
Yeah, but
money,
I'm here to
R.L.M.
make money. I'm here to make money. So thank you. I
All right.
appreciate you, babes. Okay. Farrell, you're becoming one of my favorite panelists. Thank you so much for showing your face when I go live.
Well, thanks for having me up. I am certainly blessed. You're becoming one of my favorite
Aw,
hosts. So
thank you.
be blessed.
And always drop your information in the chat. Everyone can go and support our friend Para here, Wizard. Let's not disregard our elders. Well, he and I are probably closer to the same age because they've lived through some shit and they have some shit to share. I think Craigie left. Toots,
Yes,
as
ma'am.
always, you impress me every day, babe. You came out and you
Same
gave
here,
me some
man.
great opposition today, and we had some good discourse. You being a mom, I value what you have to say. You being a stay-at-home mom, you're blessed. And like I said, I'm lucky to have you here.
Yeah, it was
I hope
it was a tough road to get to where I'm at. It was a lot of pain, a lot of suffering, a lot of hard times, but that's the thing. You gotta want to get out and actually do it.
Right. So you can either roll around the mud and dwell in your pains and your sorrows and use it as a weapon, being your
As a crutch.
victimhood, as a crutch, but that gets old. That gets boring. Yeah. Nobody likes
Yes,
a
ma'am.
story. No one likes a story greater than the hero's journey. And so it's good to be able to tap into something of pain, but to be able to say that you were a victor in it is even better. So I hope that message reverberates. Thank you guys for all your feedback and your input. As I always say, chat, without you, I wouldn't be here. Keep your head on the motherfucking swivel and be grateful for the breath that you took today, because tomorrow you might not get the same opportunity.
Late night glow from the studio light, silk voice drifting through the midnight. When she walks and every head turns slow. Beauty in the room, but the mind steals the show. Conspiracies whisper through the mic tone. Psychology breaking down the unknown. Politics, love, and mythology. Every page turning curiosity. Open up the book of R.L.M. Every secret gotta look again. Late night minds when the truth begins. Turn the page in the book of R.L.M. Yeah, they watch but they listen too. Every chapter got a different view. From the heart to the mind within. Turn the page in the book of R.L.M. Classy aura but the tension's deep. Questions that keep the whole world from sleep. Religion, love, what the truth might be. Every story got a mystery. Eyes on her but the mind pulls in. Every word like a velvet wind. When the night gets quiet again, they come back to the page within. Open up the book of R.L.M. Every secret gotta look again. When the truth begins, turn the page in the book of R.L.M. Yeah, they watch but they listen too. Every chapter got a different view. From the heart to the mind within. Turn the page in the book of R.L.M.